All right, so we start our adventure here in the 1923. You find yourselves all, characters here joined together in an office at Massachusetts University, the college here in Massachusetts. Dean Fallon sits there across the office from you all and raises his hands and says, "Thank you again. I'm glad you all could come here and convene in my office after my calls," and kind of gives you each a nod, and he says, first let's start with introductions. Alright, because you nodded back, Jackson, can you please introduce yourself?
It takes him a minute, because the first bullet point here is a bookish and quiet man of 36 years old. He says, "My name is Jackson Philman. I am a curator of books. Is there a Lucy Stone around?"
Everyone kind of sits there for a moment looking at each other, and he says, "Oh, thank you, Jackson. I don't know who that is."
Okay, well then let's not worry about it.
Okay, yes, thank you, Jackson. Yeah, you said you're from the museum here at the university, right?
Yeah, I work in the museum.
Perfect. I mean, that's all we need to know.
She's the one saying it, you guys know.
Perfect. Wait, what'd you say?
What? I was nothing. What? Nothing about being ballsy. What? Go on.
Lucy's singing. Is the singer?
Yeah.
You see, Mr. Fallon, almost like attracted by the speaking up of the only woman in the room, looks over. He takes another sip from his coffee and he says, "What about you, madame? Would you like to introduce yourself?"
Yes, I'm Madame du Maurier. That's my name then.
Actually sounds like you might actually have said it right.
I mean, however she says it is how it is.
Yeah. You think I don't know?
Yeah, you think she doesn't know her damn name? Come on.
From a guy who reads nothing but books, I can tell you the fact that you said it wrong.
I am the best fortune teller around.
All right.
And I actually have 6 cats because I love them so much.
Oh, interesting. That's a lot of cats.
What a loser.
For real.
What a loser.
The faint smell of ammonia fills the room.
A faint smell of bullshit.
He looks over at Sam and says, Sam, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi everybody, my name is Sam. I attend the Massachusetts University here, where I am currently in the Alpha Kappas.
Nice.
I'm here on request of my teacher Harlan Roach, and I hope to help the cause.
Perfect. And I'll let you know what that cause is in just a moment. And winks his eyes, and he goes, and
before we get to that, I am a fortune teller, and I think everyone should get in the stock market right now. It's getting real hot around now.
Interesting.
Everyone should get in on that.
What year is it? 1923?
1923. Of course. And
this thing called Apple.
he nods over at the man in his mid-30s, I believe it was. He says, Maurice, if you want to say who you are.
Oh, you flatter me. Mid-40s, but yes, the God has graced me with beautiful looks.
Oh, God, we got
pleasure to see you, Fallon. How's Helen?
Oh, she's doing just fine. And he gives a chuckle and he goes, Maurice here, he officiated my wedding.
Oh, Jesus freak? Oh, man.
I'm sure some of you recognize me. I run the Catholic house at the Miskatonic University. Sam, I've seen you around. I hear your studies are going well.
Maybe it's a little exaggerated, but thank you for the enthusiasm. I appreciate that.
I'm sure it's well deserved. Why are we here? As he kind of glances over.
Let me do. That's a good question, and I'm gonna answer that after we get to introduce Mr. Barnabas. How are you doing today? Would you like to introduce yourself?
I am fine. I am Barnabas Ripley.
Barnabas, what job? What? I know you're retired, but what job did you used to do?
I was a detective at one point. police officer, really.
What happened?
He retired. Yeah, he got old. That's it happens to some of us.
See, you know when you're old when you stop being able to take a piss normally.
I can't say I've reached that point, unfortunately. My balls are still pretty high up there.
Good.
And then
You want to keep them there.
the Dean Fallon says, "There's a lady in the room. Everyone, please."
My wood.
Your wood?
Remember, you're always before the eyes and ears of God, my children.
I love it. I knew Tyler would bring his A game. The Dean says, "Now listen, everyone. I brought you all here today to call upon a favor. There is a series of missing documents that the university has acquired, and we have lost. These are very important, expensive documents. They tell of a witch trial. These are the documents from the Salem witch trials. They are very, very precious, and we have someone who we need to give these back to. They were just sent to us for appraisal to try to figure out just how much, and to study them. And, of course, these are very important historical documents. We want to keep this on the DL that we don't have them. That's not very good. If it were to break out that the Masatonic University has lost the Salem witch trial papers. So, I ask you for your discretion. These papers, they're very yellowed, and right on the smack dab on the center, they're going to talk about these Salem witch trials. Very obvious when you have them. It's no secret. They're kind of bound together through one big leather covering. And, well, let me say this. We received them, let me go, do we want the timeline? I received them back in June. We received them when the Cobb family brought them to us to see how much they were worth, right? And, we gave them to one of our professors, Charles Leader, a history professor. He took them and, did his thing. He was appraising them and writing them down, documenting it, until he passed away.
I knew
suddenly.
Yeah, I used to work with the guy.
You did?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm sure you're from the museum.
Yeah.
Leader,
Yeah,
he died a pretty unexplainable death, I'd say. And we also don't want that to be let out into the public. We do have him down in the university coroner's office, or down in the basement, so if you want, you could check him out. Dr. Wheatcroft will let you in. He's running our morgue. But anyways, so he had the papers. It is October 1st, by the way. We found him on September 24th. It was found by Amelia Court. What was that again?
So this university has a morgue?
We do have a morgue.
Why?
There's a large medical facility here. We teach students.
Thank you.
See, that would have been information to say immediately, because I was for some reason thinking there was something else going on.
Oh, I assure you, Barnabas, there's no foul play going on in my university. Do you have any other questions before I go on?
So this
Sorry, no.
Dr. Wheatcraft.
Yes, Dr. Wheatcroft.
Let us in. Yeah, I always suspected that Charles Leader guy, I don't know. Unfortunately, I'm glad he's dead, but we'll have
Wow, that's pretty harsh.
That's how I feel.
I'll be honest, I have heard rumblings that he is not... Oh, hold on. No, he is definitely dead. He is 100% dead. Let me tell you that. I assure you he's dead. The papers were with him. They're not with him when we found his body. So we have no idea where the papers have gone to.
Do you know what the cause of death was?
Wheatcroft, and he kind of hesitates for a moment, and he says, Wheatcroft has declared it a heart attack. But,
Makes sense.
I'm not sure what it is. If you take a look at the body, you'll know it's a little bit more than a heart attack.
I feel I should at least read the poor man his last rites.
That would be very, very wise. I agree with this. That's why I got you into my university, O'Neill.
If you want, I can perform a seance for you for some money. If you want to try and talk to him.
Is that really
Maurice
a
does
power
not
you
like
have?
her.
Yeah, right off the bat, he just glares over. He says, "Hey, whatever gets me results. I'm here to save my university's reputation, to secure the papers and get them back to the Cobb family before we get in serious trouble."
How much were they worth?
They were, some may say priceless. They're a historical artifact of the state of Massachusetts. I would say, you could fetch insane amounts of money. How much is, the Declaration of Independence?
65 euros.
I don't know what to say to that. All right. Yes. So the papers are gone. I can show you the body. We have leader's office here. We know that he kept the papers in the office, on the university grounds at all times. He was not allowed to take it back to his.
Was there? Say, obviously, I worked with him kind of closely. Actually, hold on.
Sometimes
I think we should find out. There is a woman who he was spending some time with that is also I had talked to earlier about because she was important to this investigation. Her name is Lucy.
I think you're making that up.
No,
I think you're just trying to find this Lucy so you can sleep with her.
Don't worry about it.
Wow. Call him out.
Yeah, he like, and
I'm a fortune teller. I can read you.
You see Jackson like legitimately getting like super like perturbed. Like, what the fuck?
We did check his cottage, and he takes out a drawer. He opens up the drawer, pulls out 2 sets of keys, and hands them over to Father O'Neill. And he says, "These are the keys to leader's office in the university, and the keys to his cottage. But both have been checked thoroughly, and we have not found the documents."
I understand how important for the university this is. I will make sure that nothing else goes amiss.
Thank you. I knew I could count on you, O'Neill. And he says,
Also,
Are you Father
realize
O'Neill?
my last name is O'Neill, and I'm suddenly going to grow Irish accent. So sorry about that.
Are you Father O'Neill? Like, what do you think you would be at?
I think that would be, yeah.
I'm gonna say
Father O'Neill.
Father O'Neill. Thank you. And he says, I will mention that Amelia Court is the one who found him dead. And if you want to talk to Roach, he is one of the history professors here. He will be moving into his office and taking his office there, so he might find him down there in the room. He's moving things. As Professor Roach has told me that I have recently found out some information that maybe Leader wasn't an A+ professor as I once thought he was.
That is very much true.
I've heard he's gotten himself in a little trouble with some gambling debts.
We should probably check those places out.
I do a small cross sign over my chest.
The casinos?
Yeah, I gotta check those places.
Yeah,
What'd you say, Tyler? I'm sorry.
There.
At mention of that, I kind of do I utter a small prayer and do a small cross sign over my chest.
I love it.
I think we ought to go to Hibbs Roadhouse. That's where Lucy works, I learned.
Why are you so fixated on this Lucy person?
Because, don't worry about it.
I don't know who Lucy is, and I don't think she's not in my registry here at this. I would know every student here. So I don't just know why he keeps talking about Lucy.
Well, apparently she's a good singer.
It's just quiet. He goes,
I don't
Mr. Jackson, maybe this arrangement might not be for the best. But I digress. There will be. I will pay you handsomely with a good amount of money. We can work out details however you want. Just know that these are in high demand, and we can also get you many favors. Anything.
An endowment for the Miskatonic Catholic House, perhaps?
Done.
Lucy's handing high five.
He just ignores you and he goes,
I'll settle for getting the documents back. It's fine.
perfect, good. I thought you would be very interested in these documents, Mr. Jackson, since I know you have a particular love for documents in the from New England.
Yes.
And these are one of the most founding documents, the Salem witch trials.
Yes, I'd love to read them.
Many.
Bring them back.
And yes, please, I need them back. Yes, and was there any other questions?
Let me know if you want me to do the seance to see if I can tell who got the...
Sure, go please. I mean,
It is a difficult charge because it really messes with my brain and everything.
that's definitely pretty extreme, but I mean, if you think it'll help get back my papers, do it.
Can I see where they found the body?
Yes. He says, follow me. And he starts walking you guys through the halls of this large university, passing young students. It's 1923, so,
I'm giving out fives.
you can say exactly. And, as you make your way across the campus to the other side, you enter the history department. You make your way down into the bowels, the offices, and he comes to a door, and right as you guys approach, you can see there what looks like a janitor scraping off the name, leader, history professor, off the door as you guys enter. And he says, this is where we found him. Well, I apologize, did you want to see his body?
Let's check his office out first.
Sure. All right, we're here. It is, the morgue is very close. So, yes, he brings you into leader's office.
Yeah, I asked the janitor, does he have a business card?
He kind of gives like a couple grumbles and he says, no business card.
What's your name?
Yeah, my name's Jorg.
George?
Jorg.
Jorg.
Like
He
Jordan?
grumbles and he kind of looks you over and then gives like a couple mumbles of undistinguishable disgruntled remarks. Exactly, and then he begins to move away and walk away. And the camera forcibly cuts back to the room where you guys
I'm
see...
gonna start heading down to his op.
Unless you want to stop him.
To the morgue, I guess.
Oh, I thought we were gonna check his office out first.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, you all enter the office, and I'm sorry, Tyler, what'd you just say again?
I missed that. Sorry. Yeah, we entered the office, so
Perfect.
I unlocked the door.
Excellent, and you all enter. It is a small affair with a single desk, one filing cabinet, a fireplace, and on the wall is a shattered mirror. And he says, as soon as you enter, he says, we found leader lying in front of the mirror.
In front of the mirror. And the mirror
In
was
front of the
shattered.
mirror. And the mirror was shattered.
Was this room? And it's like there's broken pieces of glass on the floor and stuff.
There is lots of broken pieces of glass on the floor.
I would like to look behind the mirror.
There are still spider web, like the mirror has chunks of it falling on the ground, but there are still chunks of mirror in place and spider web cracked all throughout the entire face of this full body mirror. And you were asking, you wanted to do what
I
again?
just want to look behind it.
Alright, give me an investigation.
Let's see.
Spot hidden, sorry. I forgot what game we're in.
Oh,
In fact, everyone, go ahead and give me spot hidden.
Yeah.
So you got a hard pass.
Please try not to tear
So-
everything apart too much. Despite his reputation, he was still a staff member of this school.
And Fallon nods his head in agreement. As you look around the mirror, you see that it looks like it's partially melted.
partially.
Like some of the metal has been melted to the wall that holds this mirror together. And it looks definitely like it was not made that way. Everyone give me a listen check. Did anyone pass a listen check?
I did.
I normal passed it.
I did not.
So, you, as you all stand in the room, you hear these, especially you closer to the mirror, with Jackson, and Barnabas, you're near him as well, you hear these soft, almost whispers that come from the mirror. And as you look at the mirror, and look into its shattered remains, barely making only but silhouettes of your reflections, you see what look like a shadow coalesce in the corner. as its black form melts into the darkness, and then the glass reflects and gleams away, and it's gone. And it's nothing but the shattered mirror. And the whispering subsides.
Did you hear that, Barnabas?
I did.
And as I was saying here, madame,
Yes.
if you are going to be using this ritual, that you definitely keep this one on the DL and maybe, not involve the poor father here. We would like to maybe... go on.
I ensure nothing untoward will happen on this campus.
Exactly. We also ask that you take it off grounds if that's what we're going to be doing, but
Do you want it off grounds? You want me to move the body off grounds?
I'm sure you and Wheatcraft could maybe make something happen.
I guess I don't need the body. I don't really know what a seance is. I just need to... I bring his voice.
Cool.
in.
I don't know what any of that is.
I can do it anywhere. I can do it anywhere.
Cool. Wow.
Totally.
Man, you are awesome. Impressive.
How flexible.
How flexible.
I'm very flexible. I'm only 31 years old. Farts over here.
O'Neill does not know what to say to that.
I'm only 36. You're old.
All right. What would you guys? What would you like me to do for you? Anything else I can help you in any way?
The mirror.
This fine October morning.
Can I move the mirror? Is it like a big mirror or is
It is a large mirror. It's about a full body mirror, about 6 feet in height.
Okay.
Are classes in session, or is like the place empty? Is it the weekend or something?
Well, today's Monday, so their class is in session.
For how long?
It depends. We have some evening classes, but classes are usually wrapped up around 6 p.m.
I'd like to see if I can move the mirror at all, off the wall.
You go and start. Give me a I want a strength check. Just do your general strength. What do you say again?
Can I assist him? Or is that...
Yeah. No, you can assist him. Go ahead and roll that with advantage. So you roll 2 tens place. Oh no, did I say that right? Ones. Yeah, tens place.
And you said it's strength?
Strength. Yeah, just give me a general strength check.
That is a hard pass.
A hard pass. With all your might, you come over you guys, Jackson, maybe he didn't look it under his suit, but as he grabs it, he starts pulling with all his force, and you can hear some creaking on the mirror, but with what you think is extreme strength here, even with the aid of Barnabas helping you too, he's right next to you, grabbing the same thing and pulling, you cannot get it to even budge off that wall in any way. You do hear it creaking, but it does not look like it's going to move, even with 2 big strong men pulling on it.
Okay.
It looks almost like it's melted onto this wall even further, and that's part of what's fused it to the wall.
Okay. Did we look at the desk?
You move over to the desk. You start rummaging through. You can see it's already been picked through. Most of them, though, have been put into a basket, I'm gonna say, on the desktop. So everything, we'll say that the drawers, other than some pencils and some erasers, are really emptied, and everything's collected into a bin on top of the desk.
Okay. What about this?
The Dean still here?
Dean Fallon is still here.
I looked at him and ask him how long has he had this mirror?
How long? Well, I'm afraid I can't say with great accuracy. I don't remember. I haven't been to his office very super often, but I do know Amelia Court might know. She was his assistant, and she was the one who found him dead.
Yeah, let's go talk to her.
She is a student here, a grad student, actually.
I take a moment really fast to just take a peek through the file cabinet.
All right, and you start taking a peek. You see this one has also been emptied completely, and there's no bin around with its contents.
I pushed the filing cabinet.
You push it
I turn to
over.
Fallon and ask, "Did you empty this?"
And he says, yes, we had Amelia was the one who emptied it. She's been in the process of moving his things into a safe for the university. And we do have Professor Roach taking over. He will be going through his belongings and
Was there any like
Investigate.
damage to anything? Like, was there a sign of struggle at all?
that's what we thought. We did a very thorough investigation of the room. We have not seen a single sign of a struggle. Nothing out of place. But a shattered mirror and a dead man in front of it. In fact, if anyone wanted to see him, we can go there next. Anyways, well, here, look. And he waves his hand, and in walks this young woman here.
Can I still push the filing cabinet over as she walks in?
Yeah, as she walks in, you push over the filing cabinet. It makes a hollow dinging sound as it slams onto the ground.
Was that truly necessary?
Well, I thought there might be something underneath it.
Nothing is revealed underneath it. The man says, please, everyone, this is, Amelia Court. Amelia, these are some friends of the university I've collected here to investigate into the matter. And she gives, like, a polite nod, and she says, pleasure to meet you all.
Hi, Amelia. I've been seeing you since one of my parties.
Oh, look who it is. It's old Sam. How's school been going, Sam? I haven't seen you in class for the past, couple weeks.
Yeah, you know, things are going pretty well for me, but, so how about this dead body guy?
Oh, and she gives like a laugh, and she goes, oh, sorry, I forgot it was solemn here, but, the dead body, I came in, it was, the morning of September 24th, I believe it was, September 24th, yes. We had the police come soon after, with Dean Fallon kind of, watching over them, and they didn't find a single sign of combat or anything. I looked through all his things, and the papers are missing, and I have begun to, collect his things. Was there a question? And Dean says, yes, Barnabas, your question? Barnabas says, was there a mirror in the room? And she says, oh, that mirror's been there for a long time. That wasn't a recent thing.
Sorry, I just completely blanked.
She says, yes, so that room, that mirror has been there for a long time.
How long?
Oh, as long as the professor's been in this room here. And I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. Go on.
Are you familiar with a woman that I know he spent some time with named Lucy?
Lucy who?
Lucy Stone.
Lucy Stone. And she taps her hand. She goes, well, I do know Lucy Stone was friends with Leader, let's say. The one who works down at the hop house, or the whatever it is.
Yeah, just friends, right?
Yeah, the old speakeasy. Let's be real.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
What is there to speak easy about?
What'd you say?
What is there to speak easy about in this speak easy?
Well, as you know, it's 1923, so alcohol's illegal. So if you want to go to, I would say I'm sure Sam over here has been there a multitude of times, but if you were to go to the speakeasy, that's where you could probably get a, litty titty.
Oh, what?
It's a word the kids are using these days.
How often do you see these kids that say this?
What'd you say again? I barely heard you.
How often do you see kids that say this?
Very often. Trust me, I'm hip and cool.
At this point, Maurice walks up and is like, please stop accosting my student.
Thank you.
I wasn't. I was just asking about the speaking of the easies.
Yeah.
You're strange.
I asked her what she
leave me
thinks
alone.
of what she thinks of Lucy Stone. Is she like a shady character?
Lucy Stone is just one of those flappers. Thinks she has a talent for singing, but she's not gonna go anywhere. She's just stuck in an old, bar.
Can I whisper in Amelia's ear and be like, Hey, just so you know, that guy's a retired police officer, so maybe don't talk about illegal, speakeasies and stuff.
Oh,
so
my goodness.
that
I would never go to one. I would never go to one. I'm saying I've never been to a speakeasy.
Right.
I do look over at Sam and said, "We'll talk later."
I like that.
Can I ask her in a low voice if this dude had any enemies or known gambling debts with certain people?
So wait, why are we all whispering to her?
She gives like a grim look as you say this, almost like invoking something, and she says, "Well, let's just say that he had many bad things about him. I know he was very frivolous with... He just got back from a long vacation in Atlantic City. And we all know what happens in Atlantic City.
No, please enlighten me.
Gambling.
Den of sin and debauchery.
Exactly.
Not worth your time.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, I would never go there.
There's like Atlantic City tattooed on her arm.
She says, well, listen, I forgot to mention this real quick, but when I did come here, the apartment was locked. I had to go get a key, and there was a bunch of money on the desk, which often you don't see in a professor's office.
How much money was it? Did you happen to see? Was it a large amount, small amount?
And she looks over at the Dean Fallon. He says, "Oh, it was quite a bit of money. I'd say maybe about 1,000." And he gives he says, "Gentlemen and ladies, I have to get going. Something calls my attention."
Mr.
Yes.
Dean, I have a question for you.
What is it?
Whatever happened to the money?
What do you mean the money? The university has the money.
So you just took the dead professor's money?
Correct. We took everything in the room. Confiscation.
Okay, good. I was making sure you guys did not steal from the dead.
We have all evidence, no, and it's still in a vault. It's not like we put it in our treasury already. But
Just gotta keep the goddamn...
no, and that's why I called you, Barnabas, here to think of these things. You're an important
That's
key.
about $17,000 in today's money.
It is. See, that's a lot.
Not priceless money, though.
Damn, 70 cents on the dollar, huh?
He says, okay, I will talk to you guys later. If you need me to come into my office.
This is a morgue, right?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Oh, I can show you the way to the morgue.
There we go. Thank you, Father. And he quickly moves down the hallway. And
Follow him.
you can see there's like a young student who's come to fetch him, and he's like following him. So back to court. Amelia, she says, I will say this as well, that the past couple weeks, the professor, he was acting very crazy. Almost like he was possessed by something. Very erratic behavior. It started in early September, and today's October 1st.
So exactly,
Very paranoid. What was that again? I'm sorry?
what exactly was he doing that gave you crazy?
Well, I did see a receipt for a change locks at his apartment. So it looks like he dumped a good amount of money into improving the locks at his apartment when I was going through his things.
Where's his apartment at?
And she gives you the address. It's not too far away from campus, so you know where it is.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, never mind. That's any other questions?
Yeah, you talked earlier about how you don't think the mirror is going anywhere. Why do you say that?
Because it's melted to the wall.
It's melted to the wall?
Yeah. She moves over and she goes, yes.
How did that happen?
We don't know. And she kind of sits there for a moment, quiet.
So was there any glass shard? Because you said it was broken. So was there any glass shards on the ground, or is it just?
It definitely looks like there's chunks. There are, like, as you look over at the mirror, like there's still chunks of shards of like spider-webbed glass everywhere, still hanging on. Some of it falling on the ground, laying where, almost like a crime scene kind of deal. Did I answer your question?
I'd like to grab a piece of the mirror. Like,
All right.
Yeah, I was gonna do that as well.
All right. Each of you put a mirror shard in your inventory.
With the clap of my hands, I'm gonna say I'm going to head to our dear fallen professor. If anybody would care to join.
I follow.
All right. And you're going where again? The morgue? Perfect. You all head down into the morgue. As you make your way down the cold stone steps into the basement of the medical center, the father, knowing exactly where to go, leads you around corner, and you come down into this facility, and there's an old man that bent over a table, and as you all begin to flood in, he turns around and says, with a cough, he says, how's everyone doing today? How's it going, Father? Oh, Barnabas, hello.
Hello.
I give a polite nod.
Barnabas, I didn't... it's been a while.
It has.
Perfect. Well, what bring you all down here to? And he's kind of like blocking something on the table. He's like, what can I help you all with?
What are you blocking over there?
Oh, just university matters. And he gives another cough.
And that is why we are here. You can be at rest.
And he kind of almost seems relieved by your words, and he says, "Oh, thank goodness, Fallon sent you."
Indeed.
Oh, thank God.
We would like to see the body of Charles Leader.
Oh, please, let me show you right here. And he twists around and flips like a spotlight, and you hear like a low hum of electricity as this beam shines over this horribly mangled, the body itself does not actually look like it's ripped into by claws, but you can see all the veins bulge under the flesh, and your eyes are immediately drawn to the horrid face, this screaming face as if extreme pain passed through, like almost hit by electricity, like a lightning bolt. The eyes are melted in the sockets. The mouth in a horrible, gnarled yell. And the doctor immediately says, "This is how we found him."
How ghastly.
I'd like to look for
Very ghastly.
burn marks on this body.
You would like to, give me a spot hidden. Anyone can do a spot hidden if you want to look over the body.
Yeah, I want to look over the body. Spot hidden. Damn it.
That is a normal pass.
I failed.
I failed as well.
I also failed.
How have you passed everything, Seth?
I rolled a 45, dude.
45 is a failure for most things for me. Yeah.
Not for spot.
45 ain't a fail for me.
I start to take some time I take out a small book out of my breast pocket and start to say some prayers over the body.
He's got a gun!
I like it.
I pull up my 45 and I say, "No, this is a gun."
You can have the equivalent of inspiration in this game, Tyler. So if you announce it before, you can roll with advantage.
Oh, cool.
All right. So as the priest sits there and is mumbling some words over the body, you all are also. We're gonna say everyone is almost sickened by this look. I need a sanity check from everyone.
Oh shit! I rolled a very heavy pass.
See, you can do it too.
Extreme.
Yeah, you're used to these like horrific scenes. So
So I get insane back, right? That's what
No.
happens.
You're less.
not quite.
You just become more normal.
You become more normal. Tyler, did you roll? Oh,
I passed.
okay, you passed. Dang, Barnabas.
I don't have to.
Oh yeah, you have a power.
I have immunity to
Yep.
any sanity rolls. That's unfortunate.
He's seen some shit.
Steve,
I passed.
everyone passed.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Okay, yeah. The doctor says we've gone over the entire body and looked for, any kind of signs of anything really. I don't know in all my years of medical training, I've never seen anything like it. The only thing I can see that's close to it is getting struck by lightning. Yeah.
Nicks or cuts or anything on his body?
It seems to be some of the flesh, and he takes out like a tool and he starts like pointing at things on the body. He says, so there is burnt flesh on some of the places and many bulging veins. It seems to be some cardiovascular, massive, extreme damage, more than I've ever seen. But other than that, no actual cuts or slashes into the flesh.
Where does the concentration of the burnt flesh look at?
It looks like you can. Some of it is around like some of the neck. There's some of it around spattered on the face. It's almost like something. I don't know. His face. It's the worst part. That's where it's definitely looks most vitriol.
While everybody's looking this over, you just hear like quiet Latin in the background. Sis cures nos dimistos desteros nosteras.
I love it. Is there a religion?
A demon.
Now do the Halo chant.
You do the. Oh. What? Oh, he says. Any other questions?
Was there any burn, as I clapped the book closed, finishing the prayer, was there any burn marks on his body?
Just a few smatterings of it. Around the face. It's almost like he's staring into the sun.
He may have been staring into a mirror.
Interesting. I did hear he was found dead in his office in front of one. But it doesn't make any sense. Is there any other way I can help you before I put this one back? I've had him out for a little bit, doing a lot of digging around.
I check his hands for any lacerations, like he smashed the mirror on purpose.
Give me a spot hidden. Give me a spot hidden. You don't see any marks. I mean, like, you don't have to roll for something that's plainly obvious. But
Okay.
the priest, if you want to give me a spot hidden as you look him over for any minor.
Yeah, I failed.
Okay. Yeah, but you don't see any scratches at all. Like, you're not blind.
Spot hidden.
And you're not stupid.
Yeah, I did do a spot hidden on the body.
And that you didn't get anything out of it?
Did anyone pass the spot hidden on the body?
That's never failed yet.
Yeah, well, what did I...
Oh, the doctor says, listen, hopefully we can solve matters here, because I want to be rid of the body as soon as possible. So hopefully you guys can help. And let me know if there's any way I can help you.
May the Lord our Father shepherd him unto heaven.
And he goes, thank you, Father.
Well, time for lunch. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. What do you guys want to do?
We did the office. Didn't I get a different key?
You have a key to Leader's cottage.
You should go check out the cottage.
You want to check out his cottage?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mortician, does he look rich or anything, or does he look poor?
He doesn't look outwardly like he would be dressed any different than a doctor.
I'll go up to him and I'd be like, oh wow, there's some dark energy in this room. Would you like me to read your poem for like $10 and see how everything will turn out?
That was a lot of money.
He gives kind of like a chuckle and he goes, oh, sorry young lady, you won't catch me believing in anything supernatural.
That's too bad, because there's some very dark energy coming
Give me a-
from this body.
Give me a persuasion.
A 93. I'm pretty sure that doesn't pass.
You can have inspiration for the situation though. That was a pretty funny implementation. Or the doctor nods and ushers you guys back out. And Maurice, you over there, Jackson, you know the location of the cottage, right?
Yes. Yeah, I plugged it in my GPS.
All right, you plug it.
I had this really good idea, by the way, guys.
There's no GPS.
It's called the GPS.
Yeah.
It's like a steampunk GPS. Turn left. So we go over to Leader's cottage. It's not a very far journey. You could almost walk Not bad at all, but, you know, maybe you take your teas just because you don't feel like walking. And you're
A crack den.
As you make your way up towards the cottage, you see that, everyone give me a spot hidden as you approach this building and hop out of your teas. You all notice as you get out that the grass is definitely overgrown. It looks like it has been unkempt for weeks. Vines have begun to crawl up the side of the building. There's a shutter falling off one of the windows, and as you move up to the door, that the doors look like very old, but there's new bolts, many new bolts, almost lining the entire door, mounted upside the back and the front door. Inside, it is a state of semi-organized chaos. Anyone who got a spot hidden can see, like as you look around, after a minute or two, that it looks like leader or someone was getting ready to leave. There's clothes, kind of slight signs, there's like a suitcase open but still here.
Does a super pass get me anything?
There are a bunch of hastily burnt papers in the fireplace as you move by and notice.
Can I try and read them?
So the sidekick, Madame, she walks over to the fireplace, reaches inside. The burnt remains look like you can barely make it out, but it says Arkham Sanitarium. And Arkham is the city that this is all taking place in.
Hey, I'm from Arkham, just so you guys know.
You can't really make out what it says.
I am not from Arkham, but I live here now.
I am also from Arkham.
There's also, you catch what looks like almost like a rambling of a diary, and you can see the name Lucy Stone written on it.
So I don't tell.
Hey, what you looking at?
I don't tell.
Yeah, what are you looking at?
Jackson about it, but I try to read as much about Lucy as I can.
Who else got a pass? Daniel, you said?
I got a pass.
Yes.
And you got a pass. Daniel, as you move around this cluttered cottage, the desk is cluttered with many papers. You see a pocketbook that, as you look through it, detective, you see what looks like leader's accounts with detailed, repeated influxes of cash in the thousands of dollars and its rapid removal. The sums involved being far beyond the university professor's means. So large sums of money have been moved through this.
So does it say where the money was sent from?
It looks like names, like they're not even like they almost look like code names, like nothing that even makes sense or anything you've ever heard of.
Such disrepair, and he's teaching our students.
As you move throughout the room, Father, you see many travel tickets and receipts for numerous trips to Atlantic City. You also
Make that tisk tisk noise.
Excuse me, Father, but isn't God the only one allowed to judge?
I am but a humble servant of his will. Officer.
Ooh.
Former officer.
Oh, he got fired. Now he didn't retire. I get it.
You do see, Father, an unopened letter on the desk that kind of stands out from some of the other letters. Most of everything's been kind of rifled through and open, but this one seems to have gone unnoticed.
I quietly reach for it and open it up in the corner.
What you looking at?
You see, Father, in your hands looks like some kind of notice of admission. It looks like a case of a Mr. C. Hunter, of whom Professor Leader has claimed guardianship over, temporary guardianship, and it says admission. Yeah, so this person, this C. Hunter guy, has been admitted into the sanitarium by Leader as his guardian.
I bring it to the attention of the group. Now this is quite strange.
What is it?
Perhaps we should pay a visit to this C. Hunter.
C. Hunt.
Did you pass, Seth?
No, I failed.
Okay, finally.
Seth finally failed.
Yeah, at least I didn't get fired from the police force.
I retired.
We don't know that.
Same thing.
Sam is kind of, it's not really hidden, but you do see what looks like an interesting telegram on one of the desks.
An interesting telegram, and I go and pick it up.
I mean, well, your characters don't know this, though. This is only Sam who sees it. But I did show it to everyone.
I show it to everyone.
And a singing telegram.
Whoa. Isn't that interesting?
Alright. Anything else you guys want to do?
I have returned.
I give it to,
Check the chat. That's what Sam finds and shows everyone.
I asked the fortune teller, do hexes work this way?
I don't deal with hexes.
Oh, my bad.
I deal in less dark magic than that.
Gotcha.
I say nonsense and walk off in a huff.
Wait, you want me to deal in dark magic?
Just magic in general.
I guess.
Magic is all it takes.
Isn't the love of God magical enough?
Watch your tongue.
I'm just asking you a question. Isn't it not magical enough?
And that's when you guys hear a loud knock on the door.
Yes.
I go to answer.
I crouch behind something with my 45 pulled up.
So you pull out your gun and crouch behind a couch.
It's like a Monday morning in full daylight.
I crouch behind Jackson with my gun pulled out.
You crouch behind him.
I turn around and suddenly there's guns around.
Everyone's
The priest is like, what the fuck?
and the priest is like the people who have I congregated with.
I'd like to be stealthy with my gun.
I'm just joking. I don't actually do that.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm 100%.
Just
Yeah, well, if it comes, so you.
I don't brandish the gun. Like I keep hidden behind the couch, but like it's like right.
Gotcha.
If I'm sitting
Give me a
right
stealth.
Here, all right.
You can have advantage because you're not at the door. We go over. So, Father, you're gonna open the door.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm in danger, so I just open the door.
You open the door and you see there are these two young,
whippersnappers.
Shoot him.
two young, finely dressed men, cut from the same cloth. Broad, solid, grim with ill-fitting gray suits and wide-brimmed fedoras, pulled low to shade their features. One of them says, "Hey, who are yous?"
Sounds like Annie.
They call me Father O'Neill. May I help you?
Oh, sorry, Father. Didn't mean to alarm ya. You live here?
No, I do not. I'm here on university business. Is there something I can help you with?
Yeah, there is something. And the one who's been talking, the older one, he looks over at the younger one that hasn't spoken a word, and he gives him a nod, and he's like, "Yeah, me and my buddy here. Sorry for not to be so. Here, introductions, right? My name's Oaks. This is my partner here, Shaughnessy. We are sent here to have a conversation with Mr. Leader. You wouldn't happen to know him, would ya?"
He is currently indisposed. I believe he's unreachable at this time.
Interesting. Yeah, we've been told he's dead. But
Then you've heard.
yeah, but we ain't stupid, cause we know he ain't. We know the motherfucker owes a great deal of money. Sorry for my language, Father, but we know he owes a large deal of money to some people, some big people in Atlantic City. And Lita's death was more suspicious. It was pretty suspicious.
At this
I've heard they haven't even really told much to the police. What?
At this point, I try to hide.
All right, give me a stealth with advantage.
I rolled an 18. Now there's that number stealth skill. I just have to get under that.
You have to get the number or under, equal to or less than.
Okay, so that is a pass.
And you're doing stealth?
Yes.
Yeah, you guys both move away. Like he's talking to Father right now, and Father's taking up the whole doorway. So,
I definitely do have my 45 like pulled out now.
perfect.
Am I next to a window?
You can be next to a window. Yeah.
I'd like to look outside.
I'm gonna.
Sure, give me a spot hidden.
See if I see anybody outside the.
And both of these men definitely have like hands and trench coats.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Kind of getting some not great vibes. I'm gonna say, well, let me call over one of my several companions.
I walk over.
Yeah, I'm gonna push the.
I get next to the father and say, look, gentlemen, we're here on university behalf. We are looking into this death as well, as we believe that it might be fishy as well.
Give me a fast talk over there, Sam.
So
you have a fast talk skill. You got to get it or lower.
I push the roll to make it a pass.
All right. So hold on. Well, you were trying to do what again?
I use my luck
To succeed on the roll. And what are you rolling again? Perception. Okay.
Yeah.
So while you're rolling over there, rolling, Sam, you move over to the door and kind of, lean out stealthily looking for any movement. As you look out the front window, you see what looks like a black vehicle still running, parked in the driveway, blocking your guys' cars into the driveway here.
I would like to. Can I climb out the window?
Yeah, you can climb out. Give me another stealth check, a normal stealth. We cut back to Sam.
I passed.
You passed. He says, he kind of gives like a frown, and he says, okay. But listen, guys, we don't want to cause any trouble. We just want to look around, see, if he's here, we just want to see what's up. We've been looking around, kind of looking for clues of where he might be.
Maybe there is a body in the morgue.
What's that? And he kind of, as he listens to Barnabas, he says, yeah, they got a body, really?
Yeah, I saw it myself. Several burns and a scared visage.
And he kind of
confirm it as well.
Yeah, right.
So you said that I can push the roll, but if I fail, it's really bad?
If you fail the pushed roll, if you re-roll and fail the push roll, something bad's going to happen.
Okay.
So what are you going to do? You fail?
I fail.
Okay, and what do you want to push it?
No.
Okay.
Just try to stay where I'm at.
So you open the window, and you guys can hear, like, as you open the window, it makes a loud screeching sound. And you see one of the guys goes, hey, what was that? Hey, someone's trying to get out. And he's going to point around back, and you see the guy who said he was Shaughnessy begins to move towards the sound, but you're not going out, right?
Yeah, I'm going to just duck back underneath.
All right. And you can see the man comes around the side, his hands deep in his coat pockets, and he turns back and he says, there's a window open here.
I say, hey, you guys, calm down. You guys could look through this place if you guys even find anything suspicious.
As a representative of the university, under my watch, I will allow you to look through the premises to make sure that he's not here. We are telling the truth.
And he kind of moves close, really close to you, Father, and he goes, thanks, Father. And then he kind of pushes Sam out of the way as you continue, and he just kind of shoulders you to the side.
I mutter.
You mutter. And he says, Shaughnessy, keep an eye on the perimeter. And he starts looking through some things, kicking over things, looking around. Does anyone want to do anything?
I'm going to follow him very closely.
You follow him closely, and what'd you say again?
I'll follow them as well in case something happens.
Whoa!
Damn.
So, he's going room to room, checking things. You're trying to avoid him, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say give me an additional stealth to see if you can maybe, move around the house in order to evade him.
Do I hear him coming into another room? Into the room?
Yes, we'll say, as he's moving through the rooms, examining everything, so that's what's going on.
I hear that. The couch that I'm on, I'm gonna pretend that I'm sleeping.
Okay, you get on the couch, pretend you're sleeping, what'd you say?
I have a hat on, I'm assuming, and I just kind of, tilt it down.
Yep.
I got a 98.
She doesn't have a hat.
You said 98?
I failed it.
I do now.
Okay, so as he moves through the house, you guys all see him move into one of the other side rooms, and there's a couch, and there's your friend Jackson on the couch with a hat over his head. You see the man in the trench coat moves over swiftly. He takes out his gun and he kind of flips the hat off your nose and looks at your face. And in his other hand, he pulls out a picture and he holds it up next to your face. And he kind of looks back. And are your eyes still closed? Like
No, I'll
eyes flutter open. And
yeah, trying to do my best.
You feel the hot breath on your face. Trying to do your best what?
Best impression of that I was actually sleeping.
As you're trying to pretend like. He's just kind of sitting there glaring at you, and he goes, "You know where Lita is?"
I kind of look at him and I say, "Yeah, I think he's over at the university."
And he puts his gun away, and he continues to move throughout the building. What was your roll? You failed? And he comes into another room kind of a little bit faster than Madame expected. And he says, hey, hold up. Who are you?
I'm just with them investigating the murder.
Oh, all right. And give me a fast talk.
Fucking hell. I fail.
All right. And he says, he kind of glares for a moment. And he says, well, you are much too pretty to be Lita.
Yeah, that's right.
You, what's your name?
My name?
Yeah, what's your name, sweetheart?
Esmeralda?
Esmeralda. And he kind of gives like a nod, and he walks over to the counter, and he like picks up an apple that still looks like it's good and takes a bite out of it as he continues searching through papers and other things like that.
Continue to follow closely behind.
Yeah, and you continue following. He goes throughout the house, and after a while, and he goes, he's not here. He looks like he packed up and went. And then he begins to file out, and he goes, thank you for your hospitality, Father. And he holds up the apple, and he goes, and all of you, hopes to meet you around, but we got to get going, so, we might see you on the flip side. And he steps in the doorway, and he goes, he turns back around, and he says, you said something about the university?
Yeah, you're talking to me?
Sure, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's at the university, yeah.
All right, and he turns back around and he goes, yeah, we'll see about that. And he gets in the black car and they pull off into the distance.
Why did you tell them that?
He is at the university.
Yeah.
Yeah, now they're gonna go there and harass people there.
Well, as long as they're not harassing us, it's fine.
Is there a phone anywhere?
You look around, there is a phone.
Alright, I quickly call the administration and let them know that two shady characters are going to be around looking for leader.
And you can see the call, like as you answer up, she says, operator.
Please, get me Dean Fallon. This is Father O'Neill.
May I ask what was the reason for the call?
University business. He will appreciate the call.
Oh, yes, right away. And after a couple clicks and some beeps, you hear a couple rings, and then it's connected through, and he says, yes, Fallon speaking.
And I just inform him what just happened. Shady characters.
And he says, my God. Oh, man. And he says, I'll have the morgue locked up at once. Thank you for the heads up. We much appreciate it. And,
Absolutely.
Perfect. Then, yeah, you let me know if you hear anything else, and I have your home number, so hopefully, you know where to find me.
At the university.
Indeed.
Perfect. And
Tell Helen I said hello.
I will do. And you hear in the background, hey, Maurice! And then he says, take it easy there, stay safe, and hangs up the phone.
I say, well, I think what we ought to do is if we're done here, we should 100% go to the speakeasy.
Perhaps the best option would be the asylum.
Actually, that might not be bad too. Yeah, let's do that instead.
All right. So you guys are going to the asylum?
Could you explain in detail why you think the speakeasy is the best decision?
Well, because Lucy works there.
Oh, I see. And I promptly walk out the door.
He wouldn't know anything about that. He's celibate.
All right. So you guys are heading. As you walk out into the, it looks like it's somewhere around dinner time. as you guys walk out into the evening air. You are going to go where again? Asylum. So you guys all hop in your Model Ts and make your way across the city of Arkham to the Arkham Sanitarium. And as you march up the massive stone, through the massive gate, up the stone driveway, you find yourself there before this massive structure as it leans over you. Its many spiraling vestibules. I don't know. And many locked windows gated away through iron bars. And park yourself in the parking lot and enter inside. And as soon as you walk up to the front counter, the nurse says, "Yes, may I help you?"
Yes, we are here to talk to a sea hunter.
A sea hunter.
Yeah.
And she gives a frown and she goes, "And may I ask, are you friend or family or?"
We are friends with the gentleman who admitted him here.
We are
we come very
here on behalf of Mr. Leiter.
Yeah, we have some bad news for him, unfortunately.
You have some bad news for Hunter.
Yes.
Oh, I can deliver a message to him.
This is pretty serious. We'd like to deliver it ourselves.
Give me a persuasion.
I whisper in and say, he's passed away.
Can I help him push?
You can have advantage with it. Yeah. Push the roll. You wanna help him? Is that what you're saying? You're trying to.
Yeah, I want to help if I can.
Because he is a priest. I don't think a priest would lie.
Dear Lord, yeah, I don't pass.
Yeah, priests don't do anything bad ever.
Yeah, I fail.
All right. So even with the help from your priest supporting you, she gives a frown and she says, "Oh, that's horrible that he passed away." And she says right now he's his only primary care holder, and I'm afraid Hunter is very, very sick as of late. He's only gotten worse.
Hunter a student?
Oh, I believe from what I've heard, he was a student, but he was expelled.
Oh.
I might be saying too much. You said that Leader is dead, Professor Leader.
Yes.
This is not good. You see, we can't get much out of Hunter other than ramblings, but we can't find any close of kin. You know, we don't have much to go off here. You,
I say, I know, Barnabas is retired now, so he might be able to take care of him.
Oh, is that so? Retired?
Yeah.
Don't be roping me in with an insane person.
Wait, so you said that he's retired? Wait, I don't understand what you're trying to.
Yes, take care of him.
Oh, give me. Do you want to say something, Barnabas?
Yeah, I said don't rope me in with insane people.
All right.
Oh, okay.
And she says, "Oh, well, yes. Well, now maybe we can let you see Hunter. Now's just not a good time. He's very ill."
What's he sick with?
Oh, he is one of our most sick patients. We don't know what it is, but we think it's some form of what the new medical knowledge is calling schizophrenia, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Is he talking gibberish a lot?
Lots of random things, very odd. None of it really makes sense.
Are there any mirrors in his room?
Oh no, we keep him. He is wrapped up in a padded room, or else he would hurt himself.
Would it be so much to ask to allow a concerned priest to say a simple prayer for him?
Give me a persuasion. You can give me a persuasion with advantage.
That actually was 12 was my threshold for the crit success.
So you have So there's the regular, and then the hard, and then the extreme success.
Yeah, so I have the regular 60, the hard is 30, and then 12 is
Okay,
the last.
and you rolled what again?
I rolled a 12.
That's badass. I understand now. Yes, and she looks at you in a new light and says, "Oh, maybe will you see this whatever's wrong with him, maybe a priest could be of help. For I'm not one to believe in such things, but I've heard rumblings of maybe a possession.
Oh.
Well, and I motion over at Madame. We have a new nun in the priesthood, and she would like to accompany me on this prayer,
I thought
if
priests didn't
possible.
lie.
Oh, of course, of course.
I was-
Anything, Father. You are so persuasive. Please.
James, you're in.
But the others must stay here, of course. Unless they are part of the ritual, too? She looks confused.
I look at Barnabas and I say, no.
I look at you specifically.
She says, please, there's a waiting room here.
Do you guys have
I'm
coffee?
just gonna go outside and take a smoke.
Yes, there are coffee. And yeah, you see the officer, or the old detective goes outside and tugs on a cigar, sorry.
No, I have a pipe, thank you.
A pipe.
I say, yeah. If you could bring, do you mind? If think about if he is in fact possessed, hopefully the priest will be able to do something.
For sure. So, then you two go on in, and she says, please, and she claps her hands, and another nurse comes by, a younger one, and says, this way. And she starts leading Father and Madame down the hallways.
I'll be the white mage, you're the black mage.
All right. So,
Why do you get back?
you guys, the black one. Okay, so yeah, you head down these hallways and twisting passages, past many cells full of rambling people. Crazed looks in their eyes. She eventually brings you to a big bolted door and says, now, he has been very agitated, and he hasn't been eating much. So I do ask you to please, Father, whatever you can to be gentle. I know I've heard of exorcisms not being so peaceful, but, just, I beg you caution.
I show her a quick staccato series of taps on the door. If any of your staff should hear that, please let us out.
All right, I'll stay right here. And she opens the door, and you can see a bright, blinding white light assaults you as you move into this small padded chamber. And there, crouched in the corner, is a man. You can hear quiet whisperings of, no, it's there. Yeah, I hear. What would you guys like to do?
I sip my coffee.
You sip your coffee. He is in a straitjacket. And you immediately notice as soon as you enter that there's a bunch of writing all over the walls. It's just etched in. Some of it mostly with blood. Just kind of writing all over the walls of this small padded room.
I try to read it.
It looks like unknown symbols, like things you've never seen before in all your years. Give me, though, since due to your background, I will say, give me an advantage. Give me a language other roll.
I think French is a good one, and the other one I only get to a 1%.
Okay, yeah, what's the 1% one? Would you fail?
Yeah.
Both of you give me sanity checks, too. As you look over the writing, give me sanity checks.
We got a 64 out of 65. There we go.
I am
Hell yeah.
rather unnerved and do not pass.
All right, I need you to roll a d6 of sanity damage. So whatever you roll, you then scribble down or lower your whole sanity. So you're now getting weaker sanity-wise.
I'm sorry, I was reading the long one. I failed.
Oh,
I was reading my luck. So what was it?
Take a d6 of sanity damage.
Okay.
All right. So you find yourself in this room. You can see him withdrawn to the corner, still speaking incoherently.
Wait, could I have added my luck to that roll? It doesn't matter. I wouldn't have done it.
You can. I don't think you can add it to a sanity roll.
Okay. I'm just wondering.
Okay.
You
can't add it to a sanity roll. Can't add luck points to a sanity roll. Let that be known. Go on.
Do we know his first name, or is it still just C abbreviation Hunter?
They've only ever called him Hunter, and you just know him as C.
Okay. I guess I walk up and just say, Mr. Hunter.
As you start to get close to him, everyone, both of you in here, give me a listen check.
I failed.
I also fail.
All right. You, Father, continue with what you're saying.
We've come with some ill news. Can you hear me?
Paper.
Did you touch the paper?
Money. Only money. False art.
I get closer.
And you get closer. As you can see here, he doesn't seem to have turned at all to you or noticed you in any way.
No, this is gonna end badly.
You can hear once again. He just starts mumbling. As you get closer, you hear this almost quiet voice, and it says, "Dead man, dead man. He saw them, and they saw him, and off we go. Out are the lights, out all, and over each quivering form, the certain curtain of funeral pall comes down with the rush of a storm, and the angels, all pallid and wan, uprising, unveiling, affirm that they play in this sick tragedy. Man and its hero, the conquered worm. Papers. Can't believe. Go on.
Yikes. I take out my little pocket prayer book and I start to quietly say, a few verses in
The
Latin.
second you start saying a prayer, he goes, "Wah!" and immediately his whole body begins to convulse, and his head turns around to you quickly with almost like a sickening snapping emotion. He says, "You," and you can see his eyes like black windows into this empty soul, and he turns at you. He says, "What is your name?"
I ignore him and I continue to say the prayer.
And immediately his whole body begins to convulse, and he starts pulling and ripping at his bounds, but they're very strong. And immediately his back slams into the corner of the cell, and he begins to crawl up the corner, into the very top corner of the ceiling, almost suspended by wires. And he lies there, convulsing, screaming, and you're just continuing to read your prayer.
And as I'm reading it, I turn to look at Madame, and with my eyes, I'm like, help!
I don't know what you want me to do.
I almost did you, Father.
Give me, I want some kind of religion roll or so, I want, something that, give me, what, do you have anything? Well, no, I guess it doesn't matter.
I've got a Latin language. No, that's not good for this.
Give me you can either choose occult or natural world.
Occult or natural world?
Damn, I got a good occult.
Yeah, you can roll it too if you want. You can choose since you're in the room.
Occult, I've got a semi-decent.
So you can roll can roll if you want as well.
Okay,
Madame.
I'll do it.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
All right.
And that was a good choice. I got a regular success.
I got a hard success, or the middle one, I guess. I think that's hard. Not a
All right, and yeah, you continue to read and chant your words at him. you hear now, like as you're as this hunter is quivering up in the corner, screaming, tearing with all his might, inhuman strength at his bounds, you both can clearly hear in this quiet, whispering voice, as you stand in this padded cell, there are still like openings in the very tops where there are presumably other adjoint cells, and you hear this low growl, this demonic voice that sends a shiver up your spines. You hear this voice and it says, "Stop this," from the cell to the north, the one that you know is the door over. As you hear this voice, both of you give me sanity checks. So, anyone, go ahead and take a d6 of sanity damage.
You got it.
Hunter continues to writhe on the ceiling as this voice once again growls, "Silence." And you continue to read your prayer.
I'm saying it louder and faster.
As you say it louder and faster, you see immediately Hunter screams, and his tongue sailing out of his mouth longer than you would ever expect. And then in a low, deep voice, he says, "You see, oh dear God, what we have done. Not all the way out, but soon. Can't you hear it? Smashing the walls, screaming in the wind. It will be freed. To God, I swear, it wasn't my fault. Broken geometry, flawed copy in the lines and the angles. You imbecile, don't you see?" And blood begins to slightly pour down his eye sockets as he begins screaming some inhuman tone at the top of his lungs. The door flies open as the young nurse looks there panicked, like, "What's going on?" And you just continue reading, Father?
I don't stop. Yeah.
The nurse falls over and faints. You continue saying your prayers. As soon as the doors open, you see the form lock its eyes on it and then begin to fly from the ceiling, almost with inhuman strength, and leap and bound for the door.
James, help!
Do you want to do anything as you're by the door?
I try to close the door.
Alright, I need you to give me a contesting. Let's see, what are we gonna do here for door closing? Door closing skill.
Credit rating.
Credit rating. That seems like a good thing to test here. But yeah, give me a dodge roll, please. You run over the door and slam it shut, and this man, if you call him that, moves and smashes into the door just as you close it, and he gives a scream and then he leaps at you. So now you have to choose, James. Do you want to dodge or fight back?
I'm going to go with a dodge.
Alright, so now I roll for him, you roll for you, whoever gets the higher level of success. If it's a draw, the defender wins.
I failed.
Alright, so if we both fail,
That's the defender's advantage.
defender wins.
Yeah.
So yeah, you dodge out of the way. So we're basically an initiative at this point. I'm gonna say, so it just tried to attack you, and then the door's closed. We'll let each of you guys have a turn. Priest, what would you want to do?
I am like full exorcist.
Yeah.
Like poltergeist level, like belting out at this point.
You see almost like the lights in the room begin to shudder and blink, and at this point they're going in and out. And what was yours?
What was my what?
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. What would you like to do?
Kind of just want to shoot him.
You want to pull out your gun and shoot him?
I kind of want.
Go ahead. Is that what you do?
I want to see what else I have to do.
You should smack him in the face.
Do I hear any of this?
Like, what do I do for normal? Just to
You give me a
Listen.
yeah, give me an you can give me an advantage listen. Anyone in the waiting room.
Yeah, alright.
As you're just quietly sitting there.
I'm unfortunately outside.
Okay, you're outside smoking.
That is 1. so I super pass.
Yep, you do. You hear, like, you both see a nurse walk up, looking very concerned, and talk to the nurse at the head desk, and she's whispering something. You can hear with your ears that they're saying, we got a situation, something's happening with,
I pull up my gun and I start walking.
Can I just
So, you follow them too, and as you start walking up, they say, excuse me.
Those are.
So he's got a gun out.
Yeah, you got a gun. Like, as soon as they see the gun, they go, oh.
Yeah, I say I'm not here to hurt you. We're going to.
There's a serious situation.
Yes.
All right, and as you move,
They're performing an exorcism right now, so.
yeah, you start marching your way down the hallway. You don't get very far before you come to the first or in the main locked door, and as you come up to it, it looks like it's currently in a locked state.
I open it.
All right, it looks locked. So you're just gonna try to break it?
Is there anyone nearby who?
The nurse is nearby. She says, "Hey, you can't go back there, please. What are you doing? Why do you have a gun?"
I say we're friends with the I'm friends with the priest. I know it doesn't look like it, but
You have a gun in a sanitarium and you're friends with the priest?
yes.
You guys can hear a distant, and then we go over to.
We're trying to help them.
We're trying to help them. We cut back to the cell. What'd you say, madame?
Can I just like try and using him because he doesn't have his arms, try and tackle him to the ground or whatever, trying to stop?
Yeah. You wanna? Yeah, that's it exactly. You can do a maneuver, which is basically he has a chance to fight back to it. Yeah. Instead of inflicting damage, you apply an effect. So you wanted to tackle him and like pin him to the ground.
Yeah.
And I'll say okay, that'll cancel out. So. Yeah, I just need a contesting, what, for you? That's just gonna be a strength.
Wow. Very good.
Alright, he does not get an extreme pass. So, yeah, you immediately tackle him, even in your, smaller feminine form. You're able to maneuver him onto the ground as he's screaming and convulsing. The priest quickly moving over and pointing the cross. And after a couple moments of you guys holding him there, you,
Power of Christ compels you.
The power of Christ compels you. Yeah, you're just yelling that. Father, as you're sitting here watching this scene, you're saying your prayers rapidly. You can hear it, madame, as he's yelling it out. Father, in your head, all of a sudden it goes completely quiet. And it's just dead quiet, even though you can feel the vibrations from your vocal cords as you're yelling the words. And then you hear a very deep and sinister voice in your head, and it says, "You will die and not see your God." And as you hear this chilling voice, another scream explodes. We cut back to the front. You guys, the nurse is sitting there like, "Please, you can't do this."
They're performing an exorcism.
I don't know what that means. You can't go back there.
What if I paid you?
What?
What if I paid you? We're concerned about.
Give me a persuasion.
Okay. That face.
She says, "No." What the hell?
No.
And then as you were saying this, we cut back to the screaming as the hunter's face begins to melt. His eyes completely just become these windows full of black ichor that drip and melt down, splashing across his face. His head is convulsing back and forth, shaking so rapidly. You can hear bones crunching, and his whole body just trembling as Madame is holding him down with all her will. And then all of a sudden, as if in one moment, he freezes up, locks up, and becomes still. And the voice subsides, Father, and it's completely quiet.
I check his breathing.
You lean over his
rosary
mouth.
beads out of my pocket and just slowly rotate them over his body as I finish the prayer.
You finish the prayer solemnly, and yes, you get close to his mouth, and there is no breath. But it does reek. As you get close, you smell the stench of death that just rise up into your nostrils.
I go ahead and get away from him.
All right, you back away. His whole face is contorted in this horrible look. Father, you conclude your prayer and close your book. The nurse is still passed out, and you can see she starts to come to, and she says, "Oh, what happened? What's going on?"
I don't know what the hell that was.
We came inside to help him. He was smashing his head against the wall. He started to have a seizure.
Oh my
He
God.
was screaming and yelling.
She takes one look at his face right now, gives a scream, and runs away.
Doesn't it look normal right now?
Oh no, it looks horrible. Like there's black ichor dripping down the sides of his face. His mouth is in a contorted, like grin, like very similar to Leader.
Oh no.
They check him for possessions.
As you're you start like you unbuckle him and stuff. Like you're gonna check through his stuff. Like you need to unbuckle him first.
Then maybe I don't.
I didn't want to metagame, but I was like,
Cheater.
I say at this point, there's nothing else we can do for this boy. He is either with his God or he is not. Let us go.
I leave.
All right. And you guys all stand up and leave. And as you're trying to fight through the nurses trying to stop you, you guys see.
I really fast take a scan of all the symbols on the walls to see if I can make any sense of it before we head out.
All right. And as you look around, it does not seem familiar at all to you. Very odd symbols, but maybe you try to take some mental pictures of what some of them look like. Some of the ones that seem interesting to you.
Nice.
Perfect. And you guys exit as the doors open that you've been trying to get through. The others, and there are your two compatriots, the priest, along with shortly followed by the screaming nurse, and they all kind of going through. You can see them calling security and making a ruckus.
I'll go up to the screaming nurse.
Yeah, what's going on?
There was some powerful energy in there. Would you want me to read your fortune for?
Oh my God.
Well, give me a persuasion.
powerful.
Roll it with disadvantage.
I failed it.
All right, and she says, "What the fuck are you talking about? Get out! Get away from me!"
Alright, fine. You can stay cursed.
Wait.
What nurse seems the most level-headed at the moment?
The one who seems to be the receptionist, the main head nurse, and the woman's talking to you, the priest, and she's like, "I just don't know what the hell is happening. They're telling me that something happened. What happened?"
I'm so sorry, but Leiter appears to have been afflicted with a similar disease, and we came to check up on Deer Hunter. It appears as if it's possible he passed from the same illness.
Oh my goodness, he's really dead.
You can check the police reports for Leiter as well.
Oh,
the description will line up.
The police are on their way now.
Yeah, I put my gun away.
Oh, of course. So you guys stay there?
I'll stay if anybody wants to go. I totally.
No one's stopping you, but they do say the cops are on the way.
Should we go?
Is there anything that he said or something before?
Well, I do know he kept talking about, he was very fixated about some papers, and he kept trying to, I don't know, he kept talking about a witch and
Yes. It
papers.
sounds like all crazy talk to me.
It does, I agree.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. We were too late to help him.
Oh, well, hopefully we can still save him.
God bless his soul.
It's pretty fucking lit.
Yeah,
I guess
we should probably go.
we should probably go.
Alright, so you guys all exit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. So, you guys exit the university. It looks like it's just becoming night. As you hop in your T's and pull off, you are passed about a couple minutes down the road by cop cars with their sirens on as they head towards the sanitarium. But you guys continue your journey southward.
Then I want to ask the group what the hell was with the cops going to the thing. What happened? Because my guy was outside the entire time, so I have no idea what.
Yeah, you guys just... Yeah, it could be completely unrelated. That's it. You were just outside smoking the whole time.
Yeah, I don't know why the cops are showing up there.
Beats me, dude.
Yeah. We just talked to the dude for a little bit, he went a little crazy, and now we're leaving.
Alright.
So we totally didn't murder him or anything.
Alright, so...
Yeah.
What?
I don't say that.
It's like
So you guys... We'll say you guys pull over and congregate on the side of the road. What do you guys want to do? It's getting night, and you know that, I mean... We'll say it's 8 o'clock at night.
Do you guys want to go to the
8:30.
speakeasy? I mean the bar? I mean the restaurant?
Sure.
And introduce or meet this Lucy Stone.
I mean, fine by
With
me.
a tired look on my face. say,
The priest needs a drink.
With a tired look.
the tired look on my face and a little bit of the Irish accent creeping in. I think it's time for a drink.
Father, you drink?
Just
Wine.
Jesus' blood.
Yeah.
No one's perfect, my son.
Alright. No one's allowed to be drinking, supposedly. So, as you pull up your tees and enter this raucous establishment, as soon as you enter, there's not many people in here. It looks like a pretty average soft juice and coffee bar. Some people are drinking some coffee. Everything looks pretty bland. And as you all enter, the man behind the counter says, "Hey there, how can I help you?"
I say, Sam, what's the password?
Sam, we'll say that you know that the password to the speakeasy here. You can go up and say it. So whatever you say is the password. So you can, if you want to.
Flim flam, flippity flopperties, 1920s.
That's a long password.
It's
I need a mental note of this.
You gonna remember that?
1920s. So he goes up and he says, "Flim flam, flippity floppity, 1920s." And the guy gives him you're not dressed. You're obviously not dressed as a cop, right, Barnabas?
No, I'm retired, so I'm a gentleman.
Yeah, so you're like in your attire, normal attire. He gives like a nod. He looks at and he kind of leans into you, Sam, and says, "Hey, you got more with you this time?"
Yeah, but they're all great patrons, and we're gonna bring you lots of money, so don't worry about
That's
it.
all I need to hear. And he looks around and he goes, "Go on back by the restrooms."
Cool.
And he says, "You remember the knock?"
Of course.
All right. And you move over to the door and go and give me the knock.
I asked him what the knock is.
The knock is... Knock. Knock. Wait for it. Wait for it. Knock.
The second that third knock hits, the door flies open. Like a little panel flies open and looks you over. It slides shut, and then you hear a bunch of locks, and the doors open, and you can see there's a much more dim lit atmosphere here. It's changed, almost double the size of the place before. There's this bar, shelves lined with what look like discreet bottles of alcohol, and people enjoying the alcohol itself. And there's a stage across this dingy bar, filled with smoke, as everyone's smoking indoors. And there's a woman up singing, and her angelic voice rings out over the entire establishment as everyone is entranced and listening to her every word as she sings. You recognize it as Lucy up singing.
Alright, I just casually sit at a table.
I'm writing something down as everyone else is taking a seat.
I'm getting a drink.
All right, so you go up and get a drink, right? And it's kind of loud as you go up and buy your alcohol. What are you drinking?
Whiskey.
Whiskey, straight.
I go get a whiskey too.
All right, and you guys, get a pair of whiskeys.
And I get back to the table and I say, "That up there, that's Lucy right there. That's who we need to talk to."
And just as he says that, the band concludes with their final note as she rings out and hits a pretty high one. And she takes down the mic and everyone begins to clap. And she kind of gives a thank you, and moves off stage and over to one of the booths by herself.
Just the grumpiest old man in the world as I'm just writing more things down.
Yeah, you're just writing things down. Okay.
I get another whiskey and go to our table.
Basically taking notes about this place.
All right, you see Sam move over. He grabs an extra whiskey from the bar and moves over towards the table without another word.
I sit at our table.
Your table from across the bar?
I'm kind of talking her up, like, yeah, she's a pretty good singer, ain't she?
Yeah, so you guys all sit at another table not too far away within eyesight. You see Sam sit down with Lucy, and as you sit down, her eyes flutter up and she says, "Can I help you?"
I said, "Do you drink whiskey?"
"I drink anything."
"Well, then may I have a seat?"
"Yeah, you may." And she waves her hand down, and as you set down the drink, she picks it up with like a smirk on her face. She is definitely good looking, about in her mid-20, blonde. She has that sway to her walk. She's a very femme fatale kind of figure. She takes a good gulp of the whiskey and doesn't flinch. And she says, "So, what brings you around these parts? I've seen you around here a few times."
Your parts.
give me a fast talk. It's a fail, and she gives like a laugh, like a louder than normal laugh than you would expect from that. And then she says, "Oh, you got the jokes. Very funny. I'm gonna need at least 4 or 5 more of these bad boys."
I slaughter mine.
She gives another laugh, and she says, please, tell me. I saw you walk in when I was singing. What did you think?"
I thought, what a wreck, personally.
What a sleazeball!
She, for a moment, she doesn't know whether to laugh or get offended. And then she kind of gives like a low chuckle and she says, "Oh, you are just on fire, aren't you? What's your name?"
I'm Sam. What's your name?
"My name's Lucy Stone. Well, Sam, I did see you coming with some of your friends over there." And she nods over, and you guys can see, like, her eyes look over in your direction.
I immediately look at the menu and ask what I'm looking at. It's like, oh, we probably want to get some food here, I think, right? And as soon as I see her look over her.
She says, "I've seen the other one here kind of often, but not the others."
Who's that?
Well, the one over there, the one behind the menu."
Behind the menu, you know that one?
Not really. I've never spoke to him. But he comes to the bar often. More than you.
Okay. Well, do you not want to see him anymore?
What, are you going to go beat his ass?
It's not what I was originally thinking, but sure, I guess so.
Well, I wouldn't want anyone to get hurt around here, so... But, I don't know. I just wondered, well, what's his name? Let's start there. I'm... For everyone here, you have all these friends, you come over here, I'm just curious. It's like you want something.
Honestly, I just kind of stumbled in with them. I don't know them all that well.
You can give me a persuasion.
Fail. Big fat fail.
Okay. That's interesting. You definitely have some fancily dressed people with you, I must say.
And I'm like hunting around for like Irish whiskey.
And there's a good amount of it as your cup is refilled. Sam, I appreciate the drink. What are you doing while you're in town here? Are you doing anything else?
I'm trying to go back to your place.
Oh, many people are trying to go back to my place, but I'm not single. I'm sorry.
Okay, that doesn't stop anything. What's your point?
Yeah, you guys can't hear this.
I was gonna say, because if Jackson heard that, he's like, oh.
She gives another laugh and she goes, "All right, lover boy, you're definitely quite the gentleman."
All right. I ask her if she knows a certain Charles leader.
And immediately her face goes slack as she stares at you for a moment and she goes, "Are you a cop?"
I say, I think I should invite my friends over here.
"Are they cops?"
No, they're not cops, but we have some
Kinda.
questions to ask you.
What's not a cop anymore?
And she looks over and she looks back over at them and at you, and she says, "What are you? Okay, so you're not a cop.
I promise you, I am not a cop.
Are you
I am
with
a
those gangsters?"
I am in a fraternity, as it should have been pretty apparent. So, I
So
think
cult.
you
I
should
don't
come
know.
back.
I know that the cops can be rats and send all kinds of people to do their bidding.
I understand that, but that's not my motive, and I don't believe these people's motive as well.
She gives a frown, and you wave over to the others.
I do.
He waves you guys over. Do you guys all join?
Yeah, but I look like a very disappointed father.
I bring a menu with me.
You get the look well. Yeah, and you bring the money. You still up?
Yeah, I'm still looking at it.
I
I'm trying to
hand
figure out what I want.
Madam a cup, and I just say, I appreciate your assistance there.
Oh, you're welcome. I'll take it. I'll drink out of it, I guess.
All right.
I guess that means I have to take my rope check now, because I wasn't drinking before.
Yeah, go and make your check. She leans back as you guys all approach, eyeing you, eyes going face to face. You're blocked by a menu.
Make any sort of checks because she got
He's walking across.
You're
the
right. You know
menu
what?
with his-
That's a great point.
Yeah, she's
make a
100%
fortitude
still
check.
looking at the menu, trying to see what he wants to eat.
I failed that power roll check.
She's doing pretty good though. She seems to be able to handle her alcohol. And what'd you say, Seth?
You know, I was just telling Tyler that I'm still looking for what I want to eat.
She leans back and pulls out one of those old 1920s cigarettes with the long stick, and Cruella de Vil smokes that shit. And she packs that good and begins to smoke her cigar thing. And she says, "So," and looks you all over. "You're not cops.
No.
You look kind of like them. I gotta say.
I do have a fortune.
I quietly pull
Not
out
you,
my rosary
some of you.
beads.
I've seen female officers. I've heard, ever since women, started fighting for that right to vote. I've been seeing them starting to crop up too. Yeah, you're not cops, whatever. So, what is it you do want?"
Some food.
I want to know your relationship with Charles Leader. Or Leader. Is his name Charles?
And
Mr. Leader.
she looks over and she kind of gives you a look and looks definitely a little bit frightened for a moment. And she says, "No, Charles and I used to have a thing. It wasn't much. But,
I move the menu closer to my face.
yeah, you move it closer to your face. Hey, what's with the menu?"
I'm hungry.
And she rolls her eyes a little and looks back, and
You're a beautiful singer.
"Oh, why, thank you. Finally someone notices my voice.
He hasn't stopped talking about you all day.
And what is your name?"
I just, I say, how are the pork buttons here?
"You're very odd."
Meanwhile, he looks, behind the menu, turns his head. You see Jackson's face is just pure red looking at the priest.
I love it.
I'm staring at him, just waiting for him to answer.
I've only known Leader since the springtime. Since I've been singing and waitressing here.
When was the last time you saw him?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's, shortly before his death.
I heard he was actually strange. Have you seen him do anything weird?
You sound like one of those mobsters
Wait,
asking questions about,
I deal with,
what do you think he's alive too?
I deal with, seances and stuff, and it's good to know this for if I try to talk
And she
with them.
she kind of looks almost flabbergasted. "Really? You can speak with the dead?"
Yes.
I put the menu down. You can speak
Matter
with
of
dead.
fact,
I have a question I need to ask Leader.
Bombs, too.
I have a fair price, though.
"Oh, how much? I can come up with the money." "Hey, you're sure?" And she kind of narrows her eyes and says, "You look very much like you might."
Yeah.
I have a credit card.
I don't take
Looks
it.
like a credit card.
It's the thing.
It's just $20 for my services.
$20.
Yeah. To speak
High
with
robbery
them today.
ability.
So she says, I think I would be, can I get your information? you have like a phone number and stuff, we'll say.
Sure.
So you give her your phone number, and she's like, I think we could definitely set this up. Well, your question about leader, I don't know how things all got twisted up. I heard that he was dead, and I went to try to pay my respects, but they wouldn't let me see his body. They said it was a heart attack. But they wouldn't let me in. And I knew him pretty well.
I think it's a heart attack.
What'd you say again, Daniel?
I mumble. If you saw it, you wouldn't think it was a heart attack.
She says, I would have guessed that he would have got shot up because of all those gambling debts from Atlantic City.
So
I'm drinking more in the background.
erratic behavior he may have displayed in the last.
Give me a persuasion.
Pass.
Really?
Yes, sir.
How about this? I'll tell you. You're pretty convincing. I'll tell you what I know if you promise me a seance sometime this week with your friend there. And nods at Madame. A free of charge.
Well, I can't promise that from her.
And she gives glances over at you and she says, what do you say? I can give you, how about this? Let me start with this. Leader was not an honest man. He was a forger and dealer of rare books. He would obtain documents from the university and create fake copies of them and sell them to illegal sellers from all over the country. Very high class, I don't know, maybe call them criminals, but he made lots of money. He was a very wealthy man, whatever he could keep from the slots, that is. But he owed a lot of people money, and he was just about to get a breakthrough, I heard, with some of these documents, something about a witch trial, that he was gonna make it all go away. But then he started acting weird, like you were saying, like he was hearing voices and all kinds of stuff like that. There was a boy that I sometimes would take the papers to, the actual witch papers from the office. I would help him, and the boy seemed to be the only one he talked to for good periods of time.
Who was the boy named Hunter?
He was Cecil Hunter.
Oh yeah, we've met him.
You have.
Take a massive gulp at the mention of his name.
Yeah.
He says yes. He was the one who was forging the document so that leader could resell it and switch it with the real one and make all kinds of money.
Did he ever see whatever happened to those documents?
I don't know what happened to the documents. I think Hunter had them, last I heard.
No,
do you know where Hunter lived at by chance?
Hunter's in the Slammer. What'd you say again?
Do you know where Hunter lived at by chance?
She says, I didn't know he's in the Slammer. I do not know where I do know where he lives. He lived in an apartment. I had been there once or twice to drop off the papers.
Do you mind giving us the address?
She looks you over and she goes, I could if I were to get a way to talk to leader one more time.
I look over at
$20. That's all she charges.
Hey, how about $10 and
Give me a persuasion.
and the information? I passed.
She says $10 is still pretty steep. I won't lie. That's a lot of alcohol, but I really need to get one piece of information, and I might sound like just some crazy girl, but maybe I can get in contact with him and figure out one last piece of information. So yes, I will do it. Make yourself a deal.
What's the one question you like?
That's personal.
Okay.
Shut down.
Anyways, so she writes down an address and slides it to you and gives you a wink.
I look at the menu again.
You go back to examining the menu for any sign of anything.
touched it, the wink, like, his face gets red again, and
I love it.
she 100% like, probably knows, but yeah.
I love it. Any other questions, anyone?
No.
Have you ever touched the papers?
I have touched them once. Why?
Okay, I just wondering.
So you've touched the papers?
Now that you mention it, ever since I have briefly touched them, I haven't got much sleep. It's not been too bad. I'm able to take some medicine and fall asleep much easier. I'm glad that's invented.
How long ago was that?
What'd you say?
How long ago was that?
What?
Did you touch the papers?
Oh, it was just about a couple weeks ago. And the last thing I guess I'll say, I know you're probably looking for the papers, right? You're not police? Who sent you?
I was just...
We are here on behalf of the university.
The university. Interesting. The ones who wouldn't let me see his body.
I'm getting drunk. I can't hide the accent anymore.
She says, Leader was found dead in his office, and he rarely kept the documents, or at least one form of the documents he always had there at the office, and I have been thinking about his death quite often. From all the things they've told me, I've talked to the police a couple times, and, not many people had a key to his office, and when they found him, the doors were locked.
Who had the key to his office?
I don't know. I mean, there's I believe Hunter had a copy of the key. I think there was also some girl, Amelia, that worked with them, and that nasty Roach. And she gives like a glower, and she says he always had it out for him. It kind of felt like Roach wanted his job.
I call the father over.
He's there.
Well, he's
I'm
on
there.
No.
I mean, I wandered up, but I haven't stopped drinking the whole time.
I asked
I've
the
just
father.
been kind of staring into my cups the whole time.
I asked the father with such disappointment that only a father can give. Does this sound correct? Do you think Roach would have any sort of ill intent towards him?
So as
Knowing what I know of the faculty, does it ring true?
Yeah, as the father sits there and ponders the question, you know of Roach. He's one of the other history professors. He's a sweaty, paunchy man with spectacles and thinning, oily hair. He's definitely a man that grumbles and complains about things. You don't know if he would ever actually kill or do anything crazy like that, but he's, you definitely know him to be an ambitious man, and that he is the one taking over all of Leader's duties. He would have been the one taking over the witch trial papers. If
I describe all of that.
Would I know anything else being like the curator of the...
So I work with Roach.
You drink with Roach every once in a
I
while.
drink.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah,
I mean, I work. Yeah.
you're a student in his class.
Yeah. I guess that really, doesn't say all that much. He lets his student drink with him illegally, so.
Yeah, would I know anything else too, since I'm a museum curator?
So no, specifically, he's a non-believer of the supernatural.
I'll ask the father. I think she might be cursed. Is there anything you think you could do for her, or is she just gonna be fucked?
I kind of look over at her bleary-eyed. I think I am done for the night. I found out that God and the devil himself do exist.
Please, can't you do something then? And she looks at you.
That'd be good for you.
And I look her dead in the eye and I say, the last person I tried is dead. And I get up and walk away.
Ooh. She almost is dumbfounded as she sits back in her seat and takes another drag as the priest stands up, everyone looks around as if what to do, and then I assume you follow him?
Yeah. Sure.
I look up from the menu and I say, I have just one more question.
Yes.
I pull out the shard of the mirror that, I say, we found this at the university. This was in many pieces. Do you know anything about this mirror?
I've never. She looks it over, and as soon as she touches it, she says, "Ow, it's hot."
I touch it too.
It doesn't feel hot.
I say, it feels perfectly warm to me. You're perfectly warm to me.
Oh, get it away from me. She's almost seems like
Okay.
she's staring at it like
Out of
a
curiosity,
1,000-yard stare.
I walk up behind her quietly and pull out my prayer book and mumble a couple lines of Latin just half-heartedly.
And then all of a sudden she like stands up. She's I have a headache. I gotta get going. I'm sorry, boys. I suddenly don't feel so well. And she starts to stand up and walk. She goes, well. She kind of sits there like rubbing her temples, and she looks back with like a weak glance and says, maybe I'll catch you guys around sometime. I'll be here.
I immediately nod and say, that would be nice.
And she gives like a giggle, and then goes back to ow, ow, and then disappears into a back door.
Nice.
Okay. Are we just gonna ignore that? Is that okay, everyone?
Ignore what? The fact
I think the best thing that we can do for her at this time is to figure out this
figure out
blasphemy.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think it might make sense for us to go to the university tomorrow and to try and check out the mirror maybe one more time, but also see if we can find this roach guy. I say, do we want to go home tonight, meet up tomorrow first thing at the history building, and we can talk to this roach guy?
Do you want to talk to that dude, or do you want to talk to the little guy that you get the address for, or whatever? What was the important?
Oh yeah, go to Hunter's.
His apartment. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go there.
So you want to go where?
To Hunter's apartment.
You're doing that right now?
Sure.
All right. So you all funnel out of this speakeasy up through the main room and out the main doors. Everyone, give me a spot hidden as you're doing this.
Thanks.
Barnabas and Jackson, you notice that as you guys are leaving the speakeasy, a figure stands up, a cloaked figure, kind of like with a trench coat looking thing, not like almost like a dirtier brown trench coat, not black or anything, but just this dirty trench coat, and the figure's following you guys out into the parking lot.
I
kind of keeping his distance.
I bumble to the group. Get your weapons ready just in case.
Yeah, so the cop, all of a sudden, the detective suddenly says to get your weapons ready.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a hand on my gun.
I pull out a pair of brass knuckles with like a little cross on each knuckle and just kind of quietly hold it behind my back.
Yeah.
I knew it. Yeah, we'll say that you guys are, you're all in one T.
Shotgun.
I started to get in the car, and the figure's like still following us.
Yeah, so as you all file into the T, no one really turned around. Who's driving?
Probably me, because a lot of you guys have been.
My power of will, so not me.
Alright, so Barnabas is driving. As you start up the T, the headlights turn on, and you can see this figure outlined in the front of the car as he moves around to the side, and he comes up to the end and he says, in a hushed voice, he says, hey, you guys with the university?
No, I'm not.
Does he look like one of the?
Give me a deception there, or a fast talk.
Does he?
I'm no. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not from the university.
Okay, well he says, you guys with the university is what he meant to say.
Can I like pull my gun out and like put it to his chest, basically?
So yeah, you immediately you see that from the shadows in the back of the Model T, a hand produces a gun and holds it up next to this man's chest, and you hear for a moment, and then he says, "Easy, man, easy," and he kind of takes a couple steps back, and he goes, "Whoa, whoa!"
I say, don't move.
Oh, I'm not moving, man. What's going on, dude? It's very hard to see this guy's face. It's too dark without him being in front of the headlights or anything like that.
I tell him, move in front of the headlights.
What?
So we can see your face. I get out of the car.
You start to get out of the car, He says, "Hey guys, I don't want any trouble. Listen, I'm
If you don't mean trouble,
I can help you out."
I tell him to take off his like trench coat and stuff.
And I just whisper to the group, is he a man that likes other men? Are you okay with this, Father?
Yeah, no.
Give me a intimidation. Intimidation.
Hey, that's really good actually. That is a intimidation to pass. It is a pass.
All right, and he holds up his hands and he goes, all right, I'm going. And he moves over in front of the Model T headlights and pulls off his robe, and you can see there's what looks like a handsome young man. It looks like he has flowing, wavy blonde hair, an upstate New York diction, I guess, and he gives you like a cheery fake smile for a moment, as if like a joke. And he goes, "Is that good?"
Does he look like a mobster?
He doesn't at all look like a mobster.
Okay.
Looks too young.
I put the gun away. I say sorry. We've been. I say apologize for pulling that on you. We've been tailed by some rather curious people. You never know who you can trust.
True. There's a lot of weird people out here. And he starts to move closer. He goes, "My name's Anthony."
Anthony. I go to shake his hand.
All right, yeah, and he shakes your hand. His hand does feel a little cold and clammy, but it is wet and raining. He says, "I want to help you guys. I am a history student at Masatonic University."
Okay.
Do I recognize him as he says that?
You look at him like kind of in the dark, but you do have some headlights on him.
Do you know Sam?
What'd you say? So, Father, you don't recognize him. You've never seen him at Mass. Nothing like that. Like, you don't know all the students at the university, but you have seen him. You have not seen him before.
From the back, I ask him, "What's our student oath?"
And he quickly rambles off the student oath for Masatonic University, confirming that pretty quick.
With a satisfied nod, I sit back.
And as you do that, you, Sam, recognize him from class. You've had like a class or two with him. The only thing you know about him, that no one really talked to him much. So you never saw him at any parties, anything like that.
I'm this fucking loser.
You think he didn't have any close friends?
He has no fucking friends.
And the man almost looks like taken aback by that hurt, and he's like, "Dude, what the hell?"
Just give me context.
Would I recognize him from like, being around the history department and stuff?
So you have also never seen him.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good. He almost seems hurt, and he's like, "Listen, guys, I'm just trying to help. I know some stuff.
Okay.
What do you know?
Some stuff that can help.
Hop in the car here.
There's not enough room."
Squeeze in.
I'll sit on your lap.
Oh, you can sit on my lap. And he gets in the car, and you sit on his lap. Yeah, you sit on his lap, and he's like, "This is awesome."
You said he's really good looking, right?
He is pretty good looking.
Start driving, Alex.
He looks almost like the build of like a football player. And you know what? I have his picture. All right, so you start driving, and he goes, "Oh, whoa, where are we going?
Oh.
I thought we were staying here."
I think it's better to get some of these, as I motion to the father, home.
Oh, well, yeah. He just starts fading off for a moment. He goes, "Oh, okay. Well, I guess can you drop me back off here when you're done?"
I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna kidnap you, kid.
Okay, and he kind of trails off for a moment.
I'll just be like, whoa, you got a weapon on there? You're just happy to see me.
And he goes, "Whoa, calm down."
Leave.
He says, "Well, I don't have a weapon on me, and I am happy to see you. You are on my lap, so."
Jackson doesn't know anything what they're talking about. He doesn't get the joke.
He doesn't get the joke. He says, the guy says, "Well, my name is Anthony, as I was saying before. I know some information. Like this. As I was saying, I'm a student. I know some people around the university, like Roach, and I actually lobbied to help leader, being a history student myself, to try to help him with the papers, but they kept denying me, of course. And he kind of seems annoyed by that. And he goes, I digress. Well, first off, this might be a surprise to you guys, but I think I know who has the papers, the witch trial papers.
Who's that?
Fallon.
Dean?
The dean stole the papers.
Oh. How do you know that?
Well, think about it, man. Just think about it for 1 second. The papers are there one moment, they're gone the next, and the guy's dead, leader's dead. All of a sudden he needs to call you to the university to get these papers. I'm telling you guys, he's gonna find them real quick.
Why does he call him? Why would he call us?
Because he just wants to lead you around, man. He wants to kind of look like he's trying to do something. Like, you guys, what? Have you been discreet? Have you been going around? I've been following you a little bit now. You guys go around asking, letting everyone know who you are. Trust me, and you're not gonna. Get ready for this one. I also know some important information, and he kind of bobs his head. He goes, that Fallon and Roach are actually lovers and conduct black magic rituals.
Is Roach a girl or a guy?
Roach is a guy.
And Fallon's a guy?
Fallon's a guy.
Fat man.
These are some mighty accusations you're throwing out here. So did you have anything to back this up?
Of course, I have things to back it up. Well, Fallon, he's a cold-hearted motherfucker. Excuse my language, Father. Sorry, well-dressed man. Fallon has done some. He has a black record, let's say. And I know Roach is no better. He wanted Leader dead anyways. And together, they work together. I bet they're working with that court girl, Amelia. She's a witch.
She's a witch.
She is a witch.
I think you mean a bitch.
I pull out my prayer book and I say a little bit of quiet Latin at him.
You say, he kind of like winces for a moment. He's like, man, what are you doing?
I asked him, I was like, so why are you helping?
I say it louder.
Yeah, and he kind of just like, he doesn't really seem to be perturbed by it. And what did you say again, Seth?
I asked him why he's trying to help us out.
Why am I trying to help you out? I'm trying to get Dean to be brought to justice. Fallon is the criminal here.
I probably know Amelia, right?
You have...
Yeah, you guys already talked about each other.
Yeah, you've heard of Amelia.
And do I know the kind of social circles she would run?
Yeah.
Does that kind of make sense? Like, she could be a witch.
You know that she's a very intelligent student. She's a grad student.
Okay.
She spends a lot of time at school.
Okay.
Doesn't really come to parties, but you've always, she's part of some of the clubs, like some of the science-y clubs. Definitely known for her academic abilities.
Okay.
What if, alright, well, we'll take this information and do with it, but we appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And if you guys need anything, man, I'm your guy. And one last thing, that the witch papers, I think that there's something magical about them. That they have some true magical formula. That,
super sarcastic. I'm like, oh, you think?
I do think, man. And I want to get to the bottom of this. So, if you guys need me to do anything, like rough someone up, or, want me to do something?
Kill someone?
Oh, I don't know about kill someone, man. That's pretty extreme. Who needs to die?
Are you a police officer?
Ex-police officer.
We think he got fired. He says retired.
That guy's a retired police officer? I couldn't tell.
The disguise works.
Either way, anyway, if you guys want my help, I'm always at the library at Mesotonic. So, but if you guys need me to do something, I'm raring to go. I'm kind of itching to get back at all the people who deserve justice.
I ask Sam how he does in PE.
That's an odd question to be asking people.
How Sam does in PE?
No, ask Sam how this kid does in PE. Like, would he actually be useful in a fight?
You've never actually seen him in PE, Sam. So like you maybe you'd seen him in a history class or two. That's about it. Passing.
Yeah, I tell him I don't know.
Yeah. So, yeah. Do you guys have any clues? Anything you found that I should be privy about?
Dude, who are you?
He says I'm Anthony.
I say yes.
What?
Did.
Hold on a second. Should we really be involving this kid?
Yes, get out of the car.
I feel kind of bad that I pulled a gun on you. I'm really sorry.
It's okay, man. I've had a gun pulled on me before.
For
Oh, no.
no reason, you're annoying. Get out of the car.
Dude, come
That's
on.
why you have no friends.
You feel
Get out of the car.
Dude, you feel his boner start like going limp underneath you, Madame, as he starts grilling him. Do you guys kick him out of the car?
Yeah.
Yeah, you kick him on the side. He's like, okay, easy guys, all right. I'm actually not too far from here, so thanks for the ride. I'll be at the library.
I toss him my card.
Yeah.
My
And he
old
catches
police
it.
card. Because if you need to contact us.
Perfect. I'll call you tomorrow.
I
We probably won't
say.
be here on the phone, but sure, go for
I
it.
say. Do me a favor.
Fuck.
It's not a cell phone.
Well, just wait for my call in the morning.
I say I need you to do me a favor.
What?
And I whisper.
Of course, anything.
I whisper-
What do you got, man?
I whisper something to him.
All right, message it to me.
I mean, we're all in the car, so.
Everyone give me
what's
a-
he getting out?
Everyone give me a listen check if you want to try to listen to it.
I'm gonna use my luck to reduce that down so I can hear it.
Okay.
Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do it too. I'm gonna use 2 points of luck.
So you're both going to succeed the roll?
I fail.
Yes, sir. I'm curious to see what this gay love triangle goes.
All right, I'm going to message you what Seth sends me. Like, he kind of sits there almost mumbling and, like, thinking to himself, very quiet. And then you guys begin to pull away in the tea, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, as you guys start pulling away, he goes, I can do that.
Okay. But we need it tonight.
As you are driving off in the distance, he's like, I don't know about that. I'll call you tomorrow. So, you guys drive away, and where are you going?
I'm driving the pastor back to this place as I look to Seth and I say, why are you having him break into the sanatorium?
Because you guys told me there were symbols on the wall of the cell that I think could be.
Actually, technically, I don't think they told us anything.
Oh, I thought they did.
I don't believe so.
I have no reason not to tell you that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I totally am like,
Yeah.
see, that's information I should have been told because you actually didn't say anything. That's why.
It's true. It's true.
Well, no, we told them. We just didn't tell you.
Well, I was outside the entire time.
Right.
Okay, that's fair.
So, I guess I go, I mean, what's the point of these little symbols? Some crazy guy sprawled.
I don't know. They could be important.
So,
That kid gets hurts on your ass.
Oh.
So you guys go back to your corresponding houses, sleep, and you all wake up the next morning. It is now October 2nd. At 7 a.m. promptly, your phone begins to ring, Barnabas.
Pick it up.
And yeah, you crawl out of bed and you can hear Anthony's voice cut through on the phone. He says, hey man, where are you guys meeting up? Where are we all meeting up today?
Probably get some breakfast, maybe some coffee.
How about we just meet at the place where Lucy sings? The place where I met you. They got breakfast.
I'll round the others.
Perfect, I'll see you there. And he clicks the line shut. And we'll say that you guys all decided to meet at the university, like someone had mentioned before.
Yeah.
So we'll say 8 a.m. You guys all meet at the university. So you come together.
Barnabas doesn't tell us to go meet the kid.
Barnabas, not tell him.
Barnabas just leaves him hanging.
Do you tell him, Barnabas, or do you just leave him hanging?
I mean, I tell everyone that I plan to meet him. I'm not like some people.
I promptly ignore that and go to university.
I mean, we can't just abandon this kid. Maybe he found something in that crazy home that Jackson sent him to.
I think we should talk to Roach first.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's been sitting there for a while. I mean, maybe we split up then, cover more ground.
I have a great idea. Here's what we do. We get
Split the party.
Very possible.
We get the dean, and we get Roach. We say we think that Roach is the killer. We get them in the same room, and then we pull our guns on them and question them.
I'm not okay with that.
That's a phenomenal plan.
This is the plan. In fact, I am turning you in immediately. That is highly illegal.
We tell the dean that the Roach stole the papers and killed him, and see how he reacts. That's a great idea.
Yeah, maybe we don't have to pull guns on him yet, but I'm just saying.
But I mean, I don't know why we wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, because we don't have proof
Of what?
that Roach even stole the documents.
Okay, but what are they gonna do?
They're just gonna think that we're being stupid and being coy, or maybe something else.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, we can't just go in with a half-loaded gun. We need evidence.
I have a fully loaded gun.
I have a fully loaded gun too.
You walked into that one.
I don't care about your actual loaded gun. I'm asking, do you have proof of this, or are you just gonna kind of wing it?
I pull my revolver out and I say, no, here's proof, it's fully loaded.
I immediately try to take it from him.
I pull it back.
Alright, so you're gonna try to take the gun from him?
He's so willy-nilly to show it.
Yeah, he holds up the gun, he moves it away as you lean in to try to grab it.
I'm guessing you have a permit for that, kid?
Dude, this is America. I can...
That's very true.
When were
Open
permits
carry.
established?
Yeah, it's called the Second Amendment, bitch. 1776.
You need a permit to carry.
No, I don't.
Since when? I think so. I thought we were in America.
Yeah.
America? Land of the free.
You need a permit to carry, you need a permit to conceal it.
Yeah, the right to bear arms shall not be infringed upon. Pro 2A.
So I walk down the street with an open carried gun, and a cop's not going to stop me one bit.
You're not a cop anymore, you got fired.
I still uphold the old justice.
You don't have the authority.
I know the authority.
It's been a while since Daniel's played a lawful character.
Alright, agree to disagree.
I hate it so much. The fact that it says he has to uphold the justice system irritates me.
I don't know. But yeah, I say, well, I mean, we could go talk to the dean again. Let him know what we found.
I say, how about we split? Go see Austin, whatever Anthony, whatever the fuck his name was. I'm too tired to think about this right now.
Alright.
I say we don't split.
What's the worst that could happen? The cloaked figure was living
We
in
all die.
That, like, while you're talking to the kid, that turns into the big boss fight. As the kids was telling us that those are the two bad guys, and we die.
In character, you don't know that.
We know that he told us that these are the two bad guys that are gonna try to kill us, and with the witch. They have a witch on their side.
They have a witch.
I also think that if you guys are going to go talk to the kid, I should, and maybe a couple of people should go to this Hunter's apartment.
We can do that. If we want to split the party, we can do that.
Yeah,
I just don't think we should go talk to them by splitting the party.
So, okay, we're splitting the party. Where's party A going? Seth, you're leading party A. Where are you going?
Jackson's leading them to the apartment that...
Alright. The Cecil is at Hunter. Who's going with the Hunter party?
I'll go to the other one.
Okay, you're going to B. So anyone else going to A?
Sure, I'll go.
I'll go with Jackson.
So we have Jackson, so we have the priest, we have the museum director, and Sam, the student, all going to, wherever we just said. And we have party B over here in the corner. So let's go to party A. You guys make your way. Where are you going again? You're talking.
We're gonna meet back up out here in front of the history building, and whenever we get back, the plan.
Good call.
Where are we meeting?
In front of the history building here.
Sure, that sounds good.
Cool. Okay. Awesome. Let's do it.
Ready? Break.
All right. I start running. I'm kidding.
We got you. Party A is going over to Cecil's apartment. As you enter in the main complex building, the front desk says, "Yes, can we help you?"
Yes. We are visiting Cecil Hunter.
Oh, he's not in today.
Oh.
He's actually been out for a little while.
Oh. Well, why is that?
We don't ask.
Oh, okay. Well, we're here on official police business.
Give me a.
One time the police officer was necessary.
Give me a persuasion.
Alright. Oof.
Can I try and like hide at this point?
Do you want to say that you hid, like as the others were walking up? You like tried to do what? Hide? Like sneak past?
I want to be within like earshot of this conversation, but clearly not part.
Sure, we can say that you're just. Sure, sounds good. You just never entered the room initially, so there's no suspect. You're just around the corner listening, at like maybe the entrance.
You said persuasion?
Persuasion.
Boy. Fuck it. You got luck. I'm gonna add 14 luck to my roll and make that a pass.
All right. So in.
I believe in her then.
All right, yeah, and she says, "You're a cop. You don't look much like a cop."
No, we're working with. Well, you probably don't know him, but no, we're investigating his murder.
His murder?
Yes.
That's horrific. He died. I thought he was maybe on vacation or something.
No, he was in the sanitarium. And
She says,
he passed away yesterday.
"Well, maybe we'll get the. If that's what you suspect, then I can get the police involved. Can you show me your badge?"
Can I go to reach for it? I go. I say. I think I left it maybe at home today.
Give me another persuasion. Yeah. You can actually do a fast talk.
Fast talk. Oh boy.
You done this.
Yeah, not a chance.
She says, "Well, how about you just, I'm gonna wait to call the police because I believe you to a degree, but I can't let you pass until I see a badge. So why don't you just go get it from your car or your station and just meet back here and I'll let you in."
Okay.
Perfect. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks.
All right, and you guys both walk out. Do you want to all convene?
What floor does he live on?
He's on the second floor, and you do know his room number.
Okay, that's what I was trying to find out.
I apologize.
Is
Lucy
there
would
an
have told you.
alternate entrance to the building?
There is a back entrance. It looks like it's locked though.
Well, I kind of give him like a head nod, but I'm heading towards the back entrance to see if I can.
All right, and you guys start moseying on back around the back entrance. We go back over to Team B. We have the Barnabas and Madame. You guys are going where?
To the speakeasy with a kid.
All right, so you guys walk into the main part of the speakeasy that isn't the illegal part, and we'll say he's sitting there sipping on a coffee. As you guys walk in, he goes, "Hey, what took you guys so long? How's it going?"
We got tied up.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right, guys. What's the agenda for today? Where's everyone else?
They're on another assignment.
Oh, sweet. You guys got an assignment for me?
Sure.
Did you accomplish your last
I did not. I'm doing that today. Is there anything else though? Hey, do you guys have any tips for me? Because I've never been to this place before. This sanitarium that I'm supposed to go today. I'm probably gonna go do that after this. What's that again?
I thought you went last night.
Oh no, they're closed at night.
Oh my fucking.
They're locked, man. What do you think? I'm gonna break into a sanitarium, man?
You said anything we need, you do.
Sure, dude. I think I can get in there, though. Get in there before they... I'll just talk my way in, man. I'm sure I can get in there eventually. Then how else do you expect me to get in there? What do you propose I do?
You could have snuck in.
At night?
No, you're fine. Just talk your way in.
The door's locked, dude. Yeah, I want you to propose one other theory that I should do that doesn't involve, that there's locked doors and there's open hours and,
Snuck in, acted like a patient, get yourself thrown in.
You can see, he does say, he looks around and he goes, I mean, you guys are, working for the university?
Yeah.
I mean, just say you know Cecil, right? Didn't you know Cecil?
I do, but I can also do this. And he pulls out, he kind of looks left and right, and he pulls out what looks like a police officer badge. And he says, listen, dude, I got this.
And you could have just used that to get it.
Hey, listen, man, I'm telling, they're not going to let you in at night. And he kind of puts it away quickly. He goes, I got it a couple days back. I thought it might be helpful.
Whose badge is
You're
that?
a very
Snatch
social
it out of his
kid.
hands.
I am. I got sticky hands. What was that again you said, Barnabas?
Yeah, I'm gonna snatch it out of his hand and say, whose badge is that?
Well, he's already slipped it away. He made sure not to get even close to you. He says, whoa, man, what are you, a narc?
I'm a cop at one point.
You said you weren't a cop. Oh, at one point. Listen, dude, it's just fake. It's just a play badge, man.
Excuse me, but that's still against the law.
Dude, it's a collector's item, dude, and I haven't used it yet. Chill out, Gramps.
I have a mind to take you down to the station right now.
Dude.
I laugh when he calls him Gramps.
And he says, you sound like you're working, dude, you're about to get swindled by Fallon, man. You're falling right into his trap.
I mean, you never provided us proof. You just gave us a hearsay and possible theories.
True, I understand, but maybe that's what I'll work on. Let me one job at a time. How about where do you guys want me to meet you tonight after I get my mission accomplished?
We can meet here again.
Okay, we'll meet you here tonight then. I'll talk to you guys later. So we cut back to Group A, and you guys make your way around back, and there's a door there with a lock that could be picked.
I pull out bolt cutters and I cut it.
All right, you don't have bolt cutters now.
You said I couldn't.
You could go to the store and buy bolt cutters.
We're sure we go to the store and buy.
So yeah, you guys hop in the T.
In a second lock.
And you go to the store, you buy bolt cutters at a second lock, and you go back, you're gonna cut the lock on it. Yeah. All right, so you guys move over to the lock and cut it. I need you to give me a stealth check as you're doing this.
Oh, wait, to the back door?
Yeah, he's moved.
I figure I'm inside the building. They went around the building. Why can't I just sneak into the back?
Sure, you want to sneak past the counter?
I mean, they haven't seen me with them, so that was my plan, yeah.
I fail.
Okay. So, are you like debating on whether you're gonna? Well, you go over and assess this lock, and you're about to leave to the store. Like you're about to leave, and he's debating on sneaking through and then unlocking the door at the back.
Oh, okay.
So we'll say you haven't gone to get the lock cut yet.
Oh.
I mean,
that's fair.
I mean,
well, I'll brush off because he's thinking about this. I'll brush off your failure for now, and let's talk. So
I didn't do it.
Okay. So yeah, he begins to try to sneak by, and immediately the woman says, as you are like sneaking past and almost down, she says, yes, can I help you?
I said, oh, yes, I was looking for Officer Philman.
Officer Philman, and she kind of hesitates for a moment and says, give me a fast talk.
It's a fucking fail.
All right, and she says, hey, I can't let you go back there. I'm not sure who that is, and if you're with the last guy, tell him to bring back a badge, and we'll let you in.
Well, that's actually why I came, because I was in the car, and the dispatch reached out and said that he forgot his badge in the office, so that's why I was coming to get him.
All right, give me a disadvantage persuasion.
some luck to it, and it's a pass.
Oh, really?
Good.
Yes.
All right. So you add your luck to it. You rolled out with disadvantage?
I did.
All right. Oh.
Oh, God, that's so much fucking work.
Okay, never mind. Okay, you can take back those luck points. So she goes, listen, I'm sorry. Unless you have a warrant or maybe some kind of proof that you are a cop, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Shit. Okay.
All right, so you guys are back out. You're gonna go with your plan, Seth?
Yes.
All right, we fast forward. You go to the store. You get your bolt cutters. You come back, like the hardware store. You go to the back. You try to pop the lock, and then you fail. And it's very loud as you guys pop off the lock. Do you want to do anything? Like you can hear like a distant voice say, "Hey." Do you want to run?
Do you pop the lock off?
Yes, you do pop the lock off though.
I take the lock and I run.
All right, so are you gonna go in?
Running.
What's that?
Are you leaving or are you going in?
I'm leaving.
All right, so everyone flees the scene, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and from a
This is ridiculous. I'm a man of the cloth, and I run away.
And from a distance, you can see like the woman looking at the door, disgruntled, like, "What the hell? The lock's gone!" And she's like going back and looking for the phone, but the door is left unguarded as she disappears.
I run back in.
You run inside.
It's the 20s. There can't be that fast of a police response.
So you run inside.
No, I'm running.
You guys are all fleeing.
Yeah.
All right, so you flee the scene, and everyone goes back to the university.
I feel like I could be. Maybe I want to kind of just mosey in the front, see if there's anybody at the front desk.
So as you you've seen him pop the lock, and you heard him like everyone's runs. You move around to the front side, and as you look in, you can see that the girl is very disgruntled, and she's on the phone. It looks like she's like, "Yes, operator, can I talk to the police?"
Then I run away.
And then you run away. All right, so you guys all meeting at the university.
I feel like we should sit in the Malt Tea for a little bit and just see if the police show up.
Yeah, so after you sit there for a little while, a single cop car shows up, and a cop kind of lazily meanders out and walks inside and disappears.
Get your gun.
There is a cop car, though, parked out front.
A singular cop car?
A singular cop car, and the cop has left the car, and it's, what'd you say?
Is it running?
It does look like it's running.
Good.
James's face is like... Is there anything you guys are gonna do?
I'm going to
Play a hand.
be a part of this.
So yeah, you guys drive the tea back, and we'll say you all reconvene at the university. Sound fair? Unless Seth, he seems to really be debating it. Like,
I run and take the cop car. I say I'll follow behind you guys.
so you run. Okay, so you runs over to the cop car, and as you pull on the door, it looks like it's locked.
Oh, okay. Then I'll just run away.
And then he scatters and goes back to the car.
Try to open the trunk and see if the trunk's open.
The trunk looks like it's also locked.
Okay, then I run away.
All right, and you run back to the car, and you guys all hop in and drive off.
Okay.
All right, so you all meet back at the university, and you tell each other what happened. What do you guys want to do now?
I say we should probably go back there tonight when it's dark and we can pop the lock.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, we can talk to these guys now.
We can also, and I let them know, I am a member of the university. We can simply walk about the place at night if we want to investigate more about Rochin.
I feel like we should just.
Though I don't believe it, Fallon.
I feel like we should go into Fallon's office and see what we can find.
Yeah. After breaking
I've seen enough things over the past 24 hours to at least make me curious.
Yeah. I do feel like we should go to Fallon's office at night when he's not there.
I think that's what Fallon's
All right, so it's we'll say that it's about 10 a.m., maybe 11. What do you guys want to do?
Should we go talk to Roach?
Yeah, that's not.
Roach is here, you think? Tuesday morning. So you guys head over to Roach's office. You go to where Roach's office was, and as you walk in, it looks completely empty and barren. And the name's scraped off the door recently.
Alright, I'd like to go to Leader's office.
So you go to Leader's, and there's his name, Roach, right on the front door of Leader's office. And as you walk in, you see this man sitting there behind the desk with his glasses on reading. And as you all walk in, he looks up and he says, "Oh, Sam, oh, you brought some friends."
Oh, yes,
Hello,
yes I
Roach.
did. Oh, how's it going,
"Hello, Father."
Roach? Roachy boy?
And he kind of sits there and like dabs his forehead with a cloth. And he says, he stands up for a moment. He goes, "How rude! Come in. Shut the door."
Yeah. I take notice of the mirror to see what the mirror looks like.
All right.
Is it still shattered?
It's not. Oh yeah. So as you look over, the mirror is still shattered. The glass has been cleaned up, and there's a blanket laying over it, covering up the mirror.
Okay.
But from what you can see, like as you peek, kind of just move around, it's not perfectly covered up. You can see it is still shattered, though.
I want to try to just if they're gonna be talking, I want to try to get behind him and take the shard of glass and just see, because you said that when Lucy had touched the glass, she said it was hot, right?
Correct.
Did she like make like a burning, like ow type thing?
Yep. She was definitely not happy. Like it was hurt.
Okay. Then what I'd like to do is once they get into conversation, I'd like to put it to like the back of his neck and just poke him with like the flat edge of it.
Sure. Okay. So you guys get into the conversation, and I'll say you're sneaking around back. So let's wait a moment before you do that.
No, I'm in the room with them, like in the office and stuff. I just meant like when they're talking, I kind of just
Okay.
like I just stand behind.
Sure. So you start, meandering around. Everyone's entering the office, and he opens up a drawer. He goes after, like, as soon as Sam closes the door, he waits a moment, and then he reaches down in a drawer and pulls out a bottle of alcohol, and he pulls out some glasses, and he says, he kind of looks around, and he says, "Are we all drinking today?"
I say absolutely. Grab a glass and then pour me up a shot.
All right, and he pours you guys all up a nice glass of what looks like whiskey, and he hands you all glasses, and he kind of stands there in his office, and he's like, how can I help you, gentlemen?"
We are trying to get to the bottom of what happened to Leiter.
He takes a sip from his drink, and he says, "Heart attack. Didn't you hear?"
I just some discrepancies. Does this mean anything to you? And I kind of pull out my prayer book, but don't really show him what it is, and I rattle off a couple verses.
He kind of sits there and frowns, listening, and he goes, "I'm not much for religion, Father."
That's where I take the piece of glass I put to his neck.
All right, and that give me a stealth check as you come up behind him.
That's gonna definitely be a fail.
So as you start creeping up behind him, he's kind of sitting there listening to the prayer, and then as almost like you reach out and start bringing out the gas, and he kind of like moves away and slaps his neck, and he takes a sidestep, and he's like, "Oh, what's going on, everyone? What's going on here?"
Oh, and I try to I look for like a piece of fuzz on his jacket. So you have a piece of fuzz here.
And you come over and pull it off, and he kind of looks down and brushes his clothes, and he goes, "Thank you."
Sorry, it was bothering me.
And enjoying the new office, Professor?
It's pretty nice. I wish the old boy would have cleaned up a little bit more, and it's kind of a pain, but it'll do. What do you say?
He did die.
Yeah, he did.
Jeez.
Anyways.
But please do tell me if you see anything strange. Surely it was just a heart attack, but
what did you hear?
it's odd nonetheless.
You've heard more? What do you know?
Just that he was not himself in the last few weeks up until his death.
Interesting. I really want to find those witch trial papers.
You don't know where they are?
I do not know where they are. Do you have any information, any leads on these papers?
No, we're trying to find them ourselves.
Makes sense. And he nods his head grimly.
Did you clean up the mirror shards yourself?
I did. It was starting to creep me out. I'll be honest, last night before I went home, I started, I don't know, hearing voices coming from it. It sounds odd, unrealistic, but I made sure to cover it up.
I'm curious. May I take a look at it?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, and
He kind of grumbles.
I'll pull the blanket off.
And as you pull the blanket off, you can see the mirror before you. All the, there's still spiderweb shards all up in it with missing chunks, but there are none on the ground. Just exactly as you remember. As soon as you pull off the blanket, though, you see this large black silhouette of writing, almost tentacles. It has these glowing red eyes that look into your soul. Give me a sanity check.
Alright. 10. Ooh, that is going to be a fail.
Go ahead and give me 2d6 sanity damage.
1. 3. Okay, that's 4.
So yeah, in this hole, you guys don't see it, but as you stand in front of the mirror, the jagged reflection of these shards, these spiderweb cracks, you can see what looks like this horrible visage of this black form that stares at you, and you hear this hissing sound. And then you see the form in the glass start to move over towards Maurice, or the priest, and it just kind of hovers around him. Father, you get this cold chill that runs down your spine, but other than that, nothing.
I grip my rosaries.
I am kind of freaking the fuck out right now.
And you see, Roach says, see? Nothing. Just an old cracked mirror. And then it's gone.
Okay. I would say, I need you to do something for me, Professor, if you don't mind. And
Yes. Of course, anything to help with finding the papers. If you find anything on it, you be sure to let me know first.
I grab the piece of glass from my inventory, but I pretend to that it's up on the main. I imagine it's I pull it off of the mirror. I pretend to pull off the mirror itself.
Sure, you pretend to pull off a shard of glass.
And I hand it to him. I say, "Can you do me a favor and hold this?" And this is hot to the touch, right?
And he looks down at it. He kind of hesitates, and he goes, "I don't want to have anything to do with that mirror.
I need you to hold it."
And kind of puts his hands in his pocket. He's like, can you put the blanket back over, please? I don't want to touch it. Can you throw that away, too?
I put it on his nose.
You just touch him on the nose?
Yeah, with the...
As you begin to reach out and touch him, he kind of backs away like, what are you doing? And give me a, if you're going to try to go faster than he can move away.
Yeah, I am.
He's going to do an opposing dodge. Go ahead and do an unarmed attack. We'll just say that. It's fighting brawling, sorry.
Fighting brawling, gotcha.
Yep.
Hey, that's going to be a pass.
He nimbly, is it just a regular pass?
Yeah.
He nimbly dodges out of the way, and he's like, "Girl, what are you doing? Stop that."
I say, then hold this.
I'm not holding anything. Get out of my office. What are you doing? I should be telling Dean
Jackson,
about this.
Let's leave the professor alone.
I say, I have reason to believe that this will be hot to the touch if you, in fact, touch it.
And I have reason to believe I told you to get out of my office.
I look over at the priest and I say, you've seen the supernatural. I just saw something very similar.
If he wishes to stay in this room alone with that mirror, that is his decision.
Okay. And then I pull up my 45 and I say, touch this, or I will shoot you.
Whoa!
Alright, give me an intimidation.
I walk over and I push the gun down at this point. We're on campus.
Alright, first give me an intimidation as you whip out the gun.
That's gonna be a fail.
All right, in the it's either way. If someone points a gun at you, you're gonna be not happy. But Roach, his eyes dart to the gun, widening as the priest moves in and pushes your arm down, so it's not pointing at him, and says what he said there.
Can I throw the piece of glass at him?
Sure. Yeah. Give me a throw object.
All right, I'll do that instead.
All right. So yeah, as he pushes the gun down, and then his other arm.
I won't do that because if I throw it, he's gonna be like, "Ow, that hurt."
Yeah, it's like a shard.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do? He says, "What is going on?"
We have reason to believe that if you touch the glass, it might lead us to the papers, or whoever touches it to the paper.
Give me a persuasion.
I like you.
I fail.
All right. He says, "That doesn't make any sense. I don't."
The roll?
You want to push the roll? Up to you.
My persuasion's not the best.
Up to you.
Sure, I'll.
Oh wow! Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sure.
And if he fails, Roach is gonna press the security button on his desk. So you don't have to if you don't want.
Okay.
So if you want to push a roll, I can sometimes state what it's gonna be. So
Yeah, I got you.
up to you.
Do it.
I'll go for it. It is a extreme pass.
Really?
I rolled a 2.
He sits there and hesitates for a moment, and then his hand kind of lingers out and in the air and starts to reach towards the glass.
I hand it to him.
And you hand it to him, and he holds it in his hand for a bit and kind of flips it over and gives a shudder, and he says, very, very interesting. How does this help us?
Was it warm? The Chosen is one that thing's hot on to you.
No, not warm.
So it wasn't hot when you touched
It
it.
wasn't hot, really. I mean, and he kind of flips it over again in his hand. He says, it does... I do have a feeling, a sickening feeling in the pit of my stomach.
I take it back from him.
You take it back.
Thank you.
Well, I walk up to him and I say, I'm so sorry for this intrusion. As soon as we know anything about the papers, you're the first person I will come to.
Oh, this is good news. In fact, I forgive you for everything your friends did, but if you keep true to that promise,
Friends. I think you mean friend.
then whatever, yeah, the one guy, sorry. If you do
I
find
turn
anything,
around and I look at everybody. Associates.
your associates, please, Father, if you do find anything about the papers and you want them to once again propagate throughout history for the greater good, then it's best that I get the papers.
Alright, do you have any information for us to help us find it? We can work as a group.
Of course. I don't know much.
Of course, no.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Who do you think would have been the first one in the room? Who could have gotten in the room?
The room before his death, I'm not sure, it was
After
locked.
his death.
Well, I know Amelia found it, but I was there soon after. I also will say I looked through his material at both his house and here, and I found some evidence of what looked like forgery. I believe the man was forging documents, which
That's terrible.
it is horrible. I've not told. I'll be honest. I've not told Fallon yet, so I do keep this secret, please, between us, and you uphold your end of the pact and let me know when you find any new information.
Okay.
I'd like to.
I give him a curt nod.
Huh? Sir?
Never mind. I'm just thinking something.
Or like an insight?
Yeah.
Psychology.
Psychology.
Do you want to roll a psychology check?
Yeah. That's not gonna do it.
You can't tell. So, you guys exit the office and he's like, yes, please. And if you find anything, let me know. And he kind of, little bit low-key shoves you out the door and closes it. What were you guys like like to go next? Well, I'll say, as you guys begin traveling through campus, talking about where you should go next, you do see what look like in the distance, in fact, give me a spot hidden.
I don't see it. I'll push the roll.
Alright, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Alright. So,
Fuck it, I'll push the roll.
alright, go ahead.
Hey, that is a extreme pass.
Alright, so the priest doesn't see it, and you guys go about your what you're doing when the priest fails, like the push roll. You notice with your sharp eyes and pushing your roll that there is what looks like a black, almost like Plymouth, a black vehicle parked in one of the nearby in the university that stands out to you, that you remember seeing before at the house. And you see what, as you're sitting there, two figures get out, and they look in your direction, and they kind of look left and right, and they begin walking towards you guys.
Okay, I tell everybody that there are more of our friends from before.
They're in the distance. They're pretty far away.
Yeah, I let them know that.
I try to walk away from the group, like going to someone's office or something.
All right, so yeah, suddenly, all of a sudden, Madame just turns around and goes back inside the building. Anyone else want to do anything?
I follow her.
Yeah.
And I ask her what.
Yeah, so you guys begin, are you all following?
Yeah.
Alright, so you all start
You
moving.
guys go talk to them. I'm just gonna be over here.
I'll hang out with you too, you know.
Anything else you want to say, Father?
I guess I'm gonna walk up to the Plymouth and see if anybody's in there. And I'm gonna ask if they have a parking pass.
Alright, so everyone else stays in the apartment building, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so unbeknownst to you guys, as you go inside, Father walks back out and starts walking. Father, as you start heading towards the Plymouth, you notice that there are these two figures in black trench coats that are halfway between you and the car. And as soon as they see you, one of them gives a wave.
Do I recognize them?
You do recognize them as the two men that were in the house from before.
So be it. I walk up.
Alright, and you walk up and you can see the one, they seem to have a little bit cheerier attitude here, out in the middle of public. And you can see the guy, hey! Oh, Father, how's it going? Long time!
What can I do for you, gentlemen?
Oh, we were just hoping maybe you could get us into the morgue. We wanted to have a look at this dead body thing we've been hearing about, so much about.
Unfortunately, the only person on campus who'd be able to give permission for such an action would be the dean.
It's kind of quiet for a moment as you hear like the distant wind blowing, and then a little bit hushed voice he says, "Hey, listen, Father, I don't want to like push anything or anything like that, but listen, we work for a pretty important family, the Kimura family over in Atlantic City. I don't know if you've heard. They're kind of big, but we got some important things."
Places.
Oh, of course, Father, of course. A man of your piety. And he kind of like looks you up and down and he says, Father, listen, we really need to get into that morgue. And I don't know who Father Weedy Craft is, but do you think you can go arrange for this and like meet us there or something? Like we just want to confirm what we've heard about this dead body.
I kind of stroke my chin for a second. Would a photograph of the corpse work for you?
He says, listen, man, there's all kind of new technologies out there about photo editing and all kinds of stuff. I don't know if I trust it. We want to see it with our boss said we've got to see it with our own eyes. It's pretty clear. I think a picture ain't gonna cut it, man.
I said the best I can do is talk to the dean for you. It would be my position at stake if I were to simply let you in.
He kind of gets closer and he's like, listen, man, we don't need to get no Dean Fallon involved here, dude. We can keep this on the down low, Father. What is it you want? Is there anything we can get you, man? Or what? Like, we're just trying to, you know. And you can see at this point, you feel what's like this cold metal being pressed against your lower leg. And he says, as he's standing very close, you can feel his hot breath on the nape of your neck, and he's like, listen, Father, I know you're a holy man, and you want to meet God and everything, but listen, dude, we're just here trying to get a job done, and I don't want to have to make you get to the one big guy sooner than I have to. I know you're eager, but please, do you think you could maybe turn a couple, work a couple people and maybe get us in there? Even just a key. Maybe you drop it. You drop it right outside and no one gets hurt. We check the body. We in and out. We're done. If we can, we just want to see a look at the body.
I'm gonna say, I'm just kind of clap my hand and say, I think we can work something out. And I'm gonna walk straight back towards where I know the group is hiding.
And as you guys start turning around and without another word and walk back. They both look at each other, confused for a moment. The one that doesn't say and hasn't really been talking just gives a nod, and then they both start following you promptly. So he leads you lead them into the office, and you guys see around the corners. You're sitting here, waiting for the priest to get back. Turn the corner is Father O'Neill, followed shortly by the black cloaked figures, their cheeks rosy from the cold October air, and they follow in. And they're kind of just looking left and right around as if like this is where the morgue is or something. Father, what do you want to do?
So, as best I'm able, I'm trying to kind of catch their attention as I walk by with a plaintive "help!" And I slowly start leading them towards the morgue.
Wait, do you say help?
No, I'm just kind of looking at the group, just like,
we'll say,
trying to like non-verbally say it.
Alright, and we'll say as they walk by, everyone give me stealth checks as they walk by. You kind of get a moment where they don't seem to notice you, and you can dive for cover if you want. Alright, and as you guys, you see Father leading them into the building, them kind of just following behind in a line. Their eyes meet yours over there, madame, as well as you, Jackson. And they you see them whisper something to each other, but they continue following Father without stopping. Father, are you leading him to the morgue?
Yeah.
And I will say you know of a way to get into the morgue without going to the front way, like through some of the back offices that you have keys to.
Well, they're,
No, I'm using super obvious ways.
Oh.
So
This is the only way to the morgue, gentlemen, I'm afraid.
Yep, and they say, sure. And, you guys have seen them pass, but they continue to go out of sight.
I look over to Madame and say, I have an idea. It's probably pretty stupid, but I'm thinking, we could, while they're down there, we could investigate their car. Do you think that while they're down there, you could keep an eye and make sure that you don't let them pass?
I don't like that idea. No. That's not gonna work.
What about you, Sam?
Sure. It's not gonna be. So, okay.
So, do you want to go investigate their car, or do you want me to go, or what?
Your idea, I'll stand by the door.
Cool, I'll go do it. So as soon as I see them pass, I will run out and start
Yep, you start moving towards their car, and you're lookout, right, for when they return?
I'll stand by the door and make a noise.
Gotcha. So Maurice, we'll say that Barnabas is with you, kind of out of sight too, Sam. As you're, I guess, trying to be protection. We'll say that also Barnabas, he pulls out a gun and he hands you a 9mm, and he says, "Here, arm yourself."
Cool.
All right, and you tuck it away. So we cut back to the priest. Are you leading him to the front locked door?
I'm leading them through a bunch of, like, they don't know where to go.
Yep, I agree.
So basically, I'm just taking them through very obvious public spaces.
Okay, so yeah, and after walking through maybe 5-10 minutes, tick off as you're just confidently striding through the halls, like students giving you guys looks sometimes, and after a little bit, you hear the voice pop up a little bit closer than you expected, and he says, "Father, listen, how much longer until we get to the morgue?"
Oh, just a bit further. And this is an old building, not made with alternate routes in mind.
And it's just quiet as he kind of falls back. You continue moving through the office. Like, are you not repeating? Like, I picture you maybe even repeating.
I mean, like, I'm heading to the morgue.
Okay.
I just wasn't taking back quiet,
Sure.
alone hallways and stuff.
Sure. Yeah, you take very crowded hallways. Like, people can see you. And he's like, you catch glimpses of these men that seem very uncomfortable by all the different eyes watching, but you progress nonetheless. Do you wanna, so I guess my question is, so you are going there, I would say either way, you know a route to either entrance, with people seeing you, and you feel that much you might be safe. You could go to the front locked door, which is like public,
I'm going to the front locked door.
and I apologize, it's actually unlocked. You would know at this time it is unlocked.
Okay. I'm gonna act like it was locked.
Give me a deception as you walk up to the main door and like pull on the door pretending it's locked. Give me a deception. I'm sorry. Go ahead and do a fast talk. Okay, so yeah, you pull in the lock and you can see for a moment he goes, "Father, I think it's unlocked."
Sorry, I'm obviously a little nervous. I wonder why.
Oh, no problem, Father. Here, how about you go on in?
Alright, I go on in.
Alright, and you enter in, and as you walk in kind of through the first main med bay, what are you guys, so you're going to his car, you're doing lookout, what is Madame doing?
Just getting distance from them.
Alright, and you're keeping your distance, maybe sticking with him as a lookout, like out of sight? Even more out of sight?
I'm just trying to get completely out of sight.
He's...
Don't contact with them.
She is like almost gone. Like as soon as you saw the guys in the black trench coats show up, she's like pretty much out of commission. Back at the car, you come over to the black sleek car. As you move forward, you can see a reflection in the side of it. What do you want to do?
I just want to look in the windows.
You look in the window. You can see there looks like cigarettes on a little ashtray. As you're kind of looking around, give me a spot hidden.
I'm gonna push the roll.
Okay.
That's much better. That is a hard pass.
All right, and as you squint around, you do see what looks like a almost like hidden shotgun. And as you're squinting, looking through, you do see what look like papers. You can't read what they say, but it looks like almost information gathering here. Organized information gathering.
I would like to unlock the door.
All right, so you pull on the door and it seems to be locked. So are you going, I don't think you have a lock-picking kit.
I have bolt cutters.
So describe how you're gonna unlock the door to bolt cutters.
Yeah, I guess I don't. Is it a convertible?
It is not a convertible. It's a Plymouth, so it's like a hard top glass. Not safety glass though. It's 1923.
Yeah, that's easily breakable.
You know, it is easily breakable compared to modern day car windows.
And how busy is this parking lot right now?
As you look around left and right, they kind of parked off to the side where there was definitely a lot less cars. You maybe see a student or two kind of walking with books, backpack, but it is earlier in the morning, so most people have actually arrived though and gone to class. So it's just a passing student or so you might have to contend with.
I would like to just pull on the door as hard as I can.
All right, give me a strength check. For what again? I'm sorry, strength check. Yeah, so you start pulling on the thing, but it is not moving at all.
Alright. Can I actually let out the air in one of their tires?
Sure. Alright, give me a stealth check as you crouch down and begin doing that.
Me?
Yep.
That's a pass.
Okay. Yeah, and you crouch down and let out the air in one of the tires, and then stand back up and wipe yourself off. No one seems to have noticed.
Do it.
Anything else you want to do?
No, I think that's it.
All right, and you go back to Sam.
Yeah.
All right, you rejoin Sam as we cut back to Father. Are you guys gonna stay lookout, or do you guys want to go to? Are you just gonna stay lookout here?
Yeah, I'll just stay in the lobby with Sam.
Perfect. We'll
That's
say.
what I found.
And you guys can see the entrance to the med bay in the distance too. Like you eventually saw him walk in there, so you can get eyes on that. Anyways, so back over to you, Father. You enter this morgue, right? Well, you enter the main area, and Father Wheatcraft is one of the first people that greets you as you enter, and he says, "Oh, Father, you're back." And he seems almost like his eyes seem sunken, and it looks like the doctor has not gotten much sleep. And he extends a hand to you, Father.
I shake it warmly. Hello. I have here a couple special agents, from upstate. They just wanted to take a quick look at the body.
For sure. Right this way. And he begins to lead you down the stairs and into the morgue. And as you look back, the shorter one that talks gives you a nod. And you guys all move down into the cold morgue. So, you make it down. You enter the cold, dark morgue, and the doctor turns on the bright white light and pulls out the tray from the refrigerator, showing the frightfully frozen body of Charles Leader, or what was him. As soon as the doctor brings him out and unveils him, the two mafia members move in on him. One of them pulls out a picture and kind of holds it up next to his face, and he's like, eh. And the doctor's just sitting there quietly, and he's like, any questions? And the man says, yeah, you said this is for sure Charles Leader, right? And the doctor nods, of course.
Member of our staff for some time.
Of course. And the man kind of gives a unconvincing look, and he's like, he takes out what looks like a blade, and you can see the doctor says, do you need me to make? And he says, hold on, doc. And he takes the knife and he goes over to the skin near the face, and he slowly just takes the blade and cuts across the cheek. Immediately, the body begins to convulse and give a and then it sits up straight, and it leaps on the mafia member. He's going to, give me a moment, we gotta roll something. The mafia member fails as it reaches forward and grabs his face and begins to rip it off, biting chunks of flesh. The mouth just renewed with these horrid fangs that crunch into this guy's face as he screams bloody murder. Immediately, the younger guy, the taller one, pulls out his gun, and he's like, holy shit! What the fuck? And he's pulling out his gun, his hand's shaking. Give me a sanity check, Father.
Okay. I pass.
All right. So, yeah, you hold on with the strength of your god. You were able to not fall.
Strength is weakening.
It does dwindle. Yeah, we're gonna do this. We got what?
I grab Wheatcraft by the shoulder and I start to try and freaking book it.
Yeah, so you grab him by the shoulder, and Wheatcraft is just completely entranced. His eyes drawn to this horrid scene as the white, pure light flickers and goes in and out from the commotion, the rattling on the table as the man screams bloody murder, the whole ragged body of what was Leader now wrapped around and clenching onto this nicely dressed man. His hat flops onto the ground as he screams. You give me a persuasion.
That's a hard pass.
All right, and after he seems extremely scared, and he holds his chest for a moment. I
call him by his first name, like John.
And as you say his first name, it almost snaps him out of it as your strong words cut through. And he promptly follows you. The color is drained out of his face as he follows hurriedly behind you, Father. The other man, as you guys begin to leave the morgue, you hear some gunshots ring out. Bam! bam, bam, and then you hear another scream, and it goes quiet after a minute as you guys get further and further out of the morgue.
I'm trying to get to like the main like freezer door to like close and lock it, basically.
Yep, so you guys make your way all the way back up out of the morgue, shut the main door, and lock it. And the Wheatcroft is sitting there panting, holding his chest, and mopping his face with a towel. And he's like, I knew it. I heard voices in the morgue last night. I knew something wasn't right. What's going on?
Have faith. I've seen things over these past 24 hours. It's not good. Where's Fallon?
And he looks you dead in the eyes and he says, what I saw back there is well enough to shake any man's faith. And he says, quick, Fallon is... And then he sits there and stops talking for a moment. And then he clutches his chest and he gives another wheeze and a wince and he goes, and then all of a sudden he starts trembling. He falls to the ground, his knees, clutching his chest as he begins choking, gasping.
Wheatcroft, are you okay?
Some nurses from nearby, some of the medical students more likely come over and one of them says, he's having a heart attack.
Where's the nitroglycerin?
All right. So, Father, are you gonna? So you want to try to stay and help him?
I'm gonna make sure that door stays. I tell the nursing students, don't open that door no matter what you hear.
What's down there?
Death. And then I rush off.
Yeah, we'll say that. Yeah, you say that. And you guys, yeah, maybe you heard these distant, very quiet, just with your keen investigator ears, you hear like a bam, bam, bam. And do you guys want to head into the med bay?
Yeah, I'll head down there.
And we'll say at that moment, as you turn around, Father O'Neill, that you stand, the investigators, the other ones enter in at the same time, looking at you, curiously.
I say, I thought I heard gunshots.
You did. Those two stooges from before, they forced me to, well, you saw.
Yes.
The body, it leaped up and tore his face off. I'm sure the other one is dead.
What body?
It was horrible.
What,
and then
are you talking
I
about?
go to start helping Wheatcroft a bit.
What happened to that guy?
Oh, he had a heart attack.
Did he actually? He was like messing with me.